hate puppies.
It's good podcast.
I feel threatened.
All right. We are back again. Troy, you not liking that? There's not much to it.
It just says
Natural
carbonated
flavors.
water and natural flavors. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for zeroing that in for me.
That natural flavors thing is a bit of a misnomer, isn't
Yeah.
it? It could be literally anything.
I have no idea what that means.
No
But I'll
idea.
drink it.
For sure.
Sounds safe. I'll tell you. I'll take two. Thank you very much. Welcome to Inside the Pallet House, everybody. Glad to have you here again on this. If you're a hardcore,
Glad to be here, Brendan.
thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
I always feel like you're so sincere when you say that. It's good. It's good.
Really?
No,
That's what you... Okay. All right. We're on the same page.
Good to have everybody here the Thursday before the Super Bowl. Well, Thursday if you're a hardcore. Probably down the road if not. So you tune in any other
I
time.
like to think everybody listens immediately.
Based on the downloads, I would say that's not the case.
Oh, man.
It fluctuates during that week. It keeps
Is
climbing.
everybody pulling for the Rams?
Brendan's not.
I am
I'm not
not.
either.
I am not. No.
But I mean, like, just in general on
I am.
what's the percentage of the fucking planet that's pulling for the Rams?
Have you seen the meme of the map of Virginia where everything has Kansas City? Every state is red with Kansas City's logo in it except for New England.
Oh,
you mean the Rams logo?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I was like, what happened? Did I
No,
miss something?
actually, the meme I'm talking about was
the KC
for that game. Yeah, but
well, everyone was
Same
rooting for
premise.
KC.
Yeah.
I mean, people hate the Pats.
I'm
For
sorry.
sure.
Look, they've been 9 of the past 18 years. That's insanity. I
Yeah.
mean, that's there's no other stretch of sports where domination's been like that. I mean,
Yeah.
You can't even argue. I mean, like the Bulls, but they weren't
no,
that.
they weren't that.
They weren't that. That's for sure. I mean, they're always in the AFC Championship game. That's a lock.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like you should just at the beginning of every year put your money on the Pats to go to the AFC Championship game.
Well, I know, Ely, you always talk about watching Tiger dominate and enjoying that, and we should appreciate the Patriots like we do Tiger.
yeah.
And I get that too. But Tiger wasn't winning at that level for that amount of time. I mean, that's insanity.
Yeah, no, I think it's more of just the feeling of wanting to see someone dominate for me, regardless of
so
how
you're
many.
good with them. Like you're
Oh,
happy to see it.
absolutely. Yeah.
Like so as the streak continues, you're like, that's great.
But
news.
even
For
though they
sure.
didn't dominate at all this year, they just had things fall their way the entire postseason because they were like 9-5 or whatever. They're 10-6 or something.
Oh, you can't
Fall their way.
Yeah,
all
I
postseason.
mean,
Okay, yeah, that's kind of what happened.
You don't think that's what happened?
Dude,
no, I don't.
not at all.
So
You tell
they
me that-
dominated all those games.
Yes.
Okay.
I think when it comes to the postseason, it's a different ball game with that with the man at the helm, and I'm not talking about Brady. I'm talking about the hoodie. That guy's a genius.
Yeah, the fact that he cut those sweatshirt arm sleeves off is brilliant.
It turned out to be the right move.
Yeah.
You know, those guns are distracting. He gets
Yeah.
all out there with his flabby arms.
Has
Everyone's like,
anyone
"Dude,
else ever tried that look?
No one.
Why would you? It's
yeah.
horrible look.
It is an awful, awful look.
Like no one ever
I
goes.
gotta
"I gotta
wonder
get
what it's
one."
like being. Did he talk to his family like that too?
Actually, I've seen
Oh,
him.
like without emotion and everything?
Have you ever seen him away from football?
Dance practice tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, we hang out on the reg.
Yeah. Of
course we haven't.
Who the fuck says that? Have you ever seen him outside? Yeah. Our kids go to the fucking
No,
E. Cheese.
daycare
like,
together.
like you'll catch him at like a golf pro-am or something, like in the off season.
And now I haven't been to the pro-am lately.
This dude is like,
You didn't play this year?
No.
I thought I didn't see you there.
Yeah.
you guys suck.
This is going great.
He's
Where
like
did you bump into him, Brendan?
Sheets.
Okay.
Sheets.
Oh,
yeah.
Willie?
He likes schmagels, I've heard.
He loves them.
Yeah.
He loves them. He likes sweatshirts, schmagels.
Excuse me, man. Can you put extra cheese on that?
I've seen him
What?
like in interviews outside of it, and he's like kind of, I wouldn't say he's fully animated, but he speaks in complete sentences about whatever the topic is and like seems like a normal dude. You
Really?
get him in that football mindset, and he's like, well, we're on to the next one.
I think he trolls the media, too.
Definitely trolls them.
Which is great.
So
After a
everybody
while.
thinks he's such a genius, and he obviously is on some level. But wasn't Romo calling every play that they were making on the stretch? So, like, if Romo knows, then someone else should have known. I mean, it's not Romo's no genius. I mean, when it comes to that sort of stuff, right?
Belichick wears a "What would Romo do" bracelet. And he always looks at it in the middle of the game, goes, "That's what Romo would do."
The thing about him is that who else takes average people and makes them amazing?
That's
well as
impressive.
him.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
It's that whole logic that he has of just do your job.
He's like, I need a tiny white guy. Is there any out there?
Yeah.
Oh, you're average? Okay. Are you
Yeah.
fast? That's really all we need.
No one else wants you?
Yeah.
Come here.
Because the reality is that anybody who's at that level, anybody who makes it to a tryout or anything, is fast and talented. There's
Yeah.
no two ways about
Which is,
it.
I think I saw him saying, like, if you are willing to take criticism and grow from it, you're the kind of person I want on our team. So, which is why I was shocked that he took Whistle Dick from the Browns.
Josh Gordon.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
why would you do that?
But he does that. You've seen him do that multiple times throughout his career where he takes a guy that
Yeah, he'll always take a
isn't
Randy Moss or some big playmaker just
Yeah.
as a throwaway, and then
and 4 games later be like, beat it.
Yeah, don't
Right.
don't think you're locked in here. We'll cut your ass in a
But he
second.
tends to not have many, like,
No.
prima donnas or
Because you get one
cocksuckers.
in there, and then you're
Yeah.
fucking the whole system up.
But
Then
he
you
doesn't-
have Dan Snyder, who, like, have special rules for RG3
Yeah.
and shit.
And that dummy's probably got special guys for different tiers of players.
Right.
Like, these are our A players.
Yeah.
They get to do this. The B players get to do this. The C players get to do this.
Yeah,
Kills
there's
me.
everyone's on the same level. Superstar or special
Yeah.
teams guy. You either do your job or get the fuck out, period.
I mean, I do appreciate his coaching ability, no doubt. I like parody. I mean,
It
Yeah.
doesn't always work, though. Like, it takes a special kind of person to be that kind of hard-nosed dude.
yeah.
Like a Greg Popovich in basketball, a Belichick in football. These dudes are hard-nosed. They don't take any guff. You give them a fucking problem, beat it, you're out.
Yeah.
We're not worried about you. But then you get people who come off of that coaching tree, and they try to do that,
And
and
they
they don't have
the
it, whatever
success, yeah.
it is.
Exactly.
Maybe you cave a little in like the one-on-one talk. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you have to always
Well,
toe
we've
that
all
line.
worked with people or for people that are just have that leadership gene where it's like they walk into a room, you're like, I'm listening. And then when they start talking, you're like, I'm following you into that fucking fire.
That's right.
And you can't put your finger on it. You just
Right.
can't. You can try. You can sit here and break it down in all its parts, but you still don't know why, like, you're ready to follow that guy or girl into the freaking
Like that's the
night.
person you'll follow into war.
Yeah.
No two ways about it. Other people may have charisma, but they may not have.
Because to look at
whatever it
Belichick,
is.
you wouldn't think.
No, not at all.
He doesn't look assuming. He's not.
No, Sean McVay looks like a dude I'd be more likely to
Yeah.
follow into
Yeah.
war. But Bill Belichick's the guy you want at the helm.
Exactly.
No
He
two
needs
ways
you to
about it.
follow him,
Apparently.
like real close.
Yes.
Oh, did you see that guy?
Dude,
Oh,
He needs somebody to
my
follow him.
God.
What is that?
Who the fuck does that?
for people who
I'm
don't
glad
know,
you brought that up.
Sean
'Cause this
McVay.
shit makes me angry, and I'm not able to put
Well, why
my
don't you
finger
describe
on-
what the problem is with Sean McVay?
He
So there's
has-
a video going
Yeah,
around.
and we can put it out there so people know what the hell we're talking about. Maybe we'll put it out right around Thursday when this
They'll
comes
put it on
out.
Facebook.
But he has this fucking minion follow him around.
They're dressed alike too, which is in the
Yes.
video, which is kind of weird.
I never noticed that until you just said that.
As he's on the sideline watching football, this fucking retard can't keep track of where the sideline is and the referee is. So he has a fucking minion standing there like he's doing a curtsy. And when the referee's running down the sidelines, he cutely grabs Sean by the hips like they're in a second grade fucking dance. And he pulls him back from the sideline. Hey, Sean, come back. And that's his whole job.
Like literally one or two steps. Like
Yes.
it's not like he's in the middle of the field.
I
It's
need you
like,
to be my Sadie Hawkins coach.
It's like, have you seen those things where the
keep room
person's
for the
like
Holy Spirit.
in the mirror and they're copying everything that you do?
Yeah.
That's what this person is his shadow.
Yes.
He is his shadow.
He
He's standing
is.
behind him. Everything that he does, he's running behind him and following him. And if Sean gets fucking lost in the action and walks too far out on the white line,
How could you possibly see a 65-year-old man in stripes running at you full speed? You
Yeah,
just can't
exactly.
be expected to
That's-
see
I
that.
can't
Right.
understand that he's so oblivious
hey,
to
boss
his surroundings.
man, here's the deal. I need this dude to grab me. And instead of like yelling at me, I kind of want him to grab me by the hips. That would be even cooler.
Yeah, no, well, that's a great point. Why not just say, hey,
Right.
why not have a code word?
Yeah, Sean,
Yeah.
step back.
Yeah.
Sean,
Right.
step back.
That's
No.
not good enough.
It's grab me, move me where I need to be,
Yeah.
allow the ref to run
Think
by.
about that statement for a second. If I told you had a job and this dude was going to grab you by the hips and pull you in each direction, how the fuck would
I mean,
What part of basic training was that?
I wouldn't put it on. I wouldn't put it on LinkedIn.
First Sergeant, I need a guy to help me because I keep getting confused.
Maybe it's from his military days. Maybe he had a guy just
That's
pull him out of
exactly
the line
what
of
it
fire.
is.
That's how the
all
military.
day.
In fact, it makes me like I was a huge Sean McVay fan. Like super young, killing it. You know
Smart.
What I mean?
He's a little bit of a genius.
Flaming piece of trim on his shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, he seems like
Yeah.
an all right coach.
So I'm like, then I saw this video, and I'm like, what kind of if you have a problem where you're getting on the field too much, maybe you need a penalty called on your ass to make you not get on the field too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the guy who's yelling at everybody, don't do this, don't do
Right.
that. I can't have penalties.
Yeah.
And maybe that was
Well,
his
it's the
concession. I
equivalent-
can't be coached, so I need a dude.
It's the equivalent. Well, it's kind of silly. It's the equivalent of you grabbing your 20-year-old kid and preventing him from crossing the street without looking both ways. Like, your ass should know better by now.
Right.
I mean,
Like all those things
And then
going
how
through
do
your
you
brain, you mean to tell me that like one extra watch the white lines too much? Like
Yeah.
it's over the edge. I'm too good at this, what I'm doing, to be worried about paying attention to the white line.
well, and
That
how?
is insane, though. You're right, because it only matters if you're on the other side of the white line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a very obvious,
Stay on the green, bitch.
Yeah.
it's very
We're paying this
simple
dude 100 G's since your fucking retard ass can't stay on the outside of the white line.
to yank you around.
Well,
And he's-
and how would you like to be the player who fucks up the play because you misheard or you just had a brain fart? And you come to the sideline and you get your fucking ass chewed off by this dude, and you're like, I'm out here trying to run this elaborate play.
You
and
can't stay off the white line,
you can't
Sean.
stay
Right.
off- you can't keep your feet off the white.
Yeah,
Be like, get out of my ear hole.
exactly.
It really does. Just the
Never
entire
mind the
team
dude.
take
You
a
know
step
the
back.
whole team's joning on the dude for
Oh,
the hip
God.
grab.
Yeah, he's got a nickname.
For sure.
How
sure.
often do
Yeah.
you think Sadie Hawkins? I'm standing by. That's his name. Sadie, get out
If you
there.
haven't seen that video, you need to look at it. It's
Do you
Sean
think-
McVay's handler, whatever the fuck it is.
Do you think that this dude really has to do this a lot though in every game?
That's his whole job. That's what the
That's
video
his job,
was.
yeah.
I see that, but it's like clips from multiple games. I'm just wondering, like, if we look for it during the Super Bowl, do you think we'll catch it a couple times?
They don't really show that during the action because they're showing the ball.
Now that this has gone viral,
They may.
the Super Bowl probably
What's
will.
the over-under on number of times
But
dude
how
grabs
could he
his
not?
hips?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm watching for it, do you think I'll see it happen during the Super Bowl?
But I mean, what I'm saying is, what is the theory that at some point Sean's like, I'm good for a little while. Hey, Steve, go get you some water. I'm good
Yeah,
for an
yeah.
hour. Go fill up everybody's cups and come on back. Like,
I'm
he
just-
has to be with them the whole time if he's that.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if we just happen to catch the 7 times he did it during the season, like that are on tape, or
But
if
it
he
could
does
be
it.
seven
just-
times that he did it if it was his fucking job. My understanding is that's the dude's job, and I could be.
I mean, that's how I interpret
Well,
it.
and if it's not his job, that means he has other tasks, and what he just happens to be walking by
Yeah.
him, and then he sees the ref and grabs him. Like, that's not going to work.
To
the hip
Ely's
puller.
point, he is like a shadow, though. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what other coach intentionally has to stay behind the head coach at all times. I mean, this
Yeah.
guy really does scoot behind Sean.
Could
Yeah.
you imagine if he bumped into the ref too, and then Sean's like, "You didn't pull me, motherfucker!" Like, could you imagine that hissy fit?
This is on you.
Where's Sadie?
Exactly. This is your fault.
Yeah. You're fired. You're out 6
Right.
figures. I'm getting somebody else in
Exactly.
here
Hey,
that
boss,
can do
man,
the
you see
job.
that?
Yeah.
Twinkle Toes couldn't pull me in time.
He let me bump in the ref.
exactly.
This numbnut son of a bitch.
Yeah.
It said right here on his resume he could do it.
Right. He's a pro puller.
Obviously lying.
Good at grabbing by the waist
so
and
McVay
pushing
went
back.
down a notch or two on that one. Get the fuck out of here. You can't keep track of the white line.
It is pretty disturbing.
Well,
It's
it would.
bad.
It
It's
would
your coach. I mean,
Yes.
he's supposed to be aware of everything. He needs to be aware of the play clock, the everything.
I would,
look
I
at
would
the
give
down,
him a pass if
who's
this
doing
was
what.
something that has been a problem throughout all the football leagues throughout all of time. Never heard of it.
Ever. Yeah.
Like, and I'm not just talking pro football. I'm talking college football.
Right.
There's lots of other
High
leagues.
school.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure these other coaches cannot wander onto the field aimlessly during their
Yeah.
game.
And everyone's
I mean,
like, he's like the most amazing coach, like this photographic memory, and he does all this shit. But you're like,
but he
Yeah,
can't
but
tell
you know what I
white
mean?
from green
That's
turf.
right. Yeah, maybe we should start with that.
Yeah.
Get
There
Miyagi
is an
to help
issue
your bitch
there.
ass out.
If you're really supposed to be in charge of everything
Right.
and on top of it all, and if he really does have this brilliant mind,
And just watching this dude pull him is got to be one of the weirdest.
it is odd.
It's super odd.
And you know some
really odd.
like equipment dude like wants a raise, but they can't because they got to play nickel nuts. You know, six figures.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, oh,
Billy
dude,
Matt, the water boy's back there with his wooden spoon.
you
Can't
been-
get an extra nickel an hour.
you've been here 30 years, and you're the best at your job. But we just hired fucking the shadow guy, and the shadow's taking up a lot of our income in the coaching
See,
department.
The equipment guys out there, like after hours with the tackling dummies, pulling them back a foot,
Right.
pulling them back a foot,
Exactly.
pulling them back a foot, just hoping Sean will come out and see him and be like, I'll tell you, that Bubba's pretty good at pulling them tackling dummies.
the shadows in the locker room just doing rowing the rowing machine the whole time. I gotta get this motion down.
And I'm going to try to create a visual, but if you've ever seen a ballet dancer where they stick their arms out and they like touch their fingertips,
Like they're hugging-
like you know what? Like they're making a basketball hoop for a 4-year-old.
Yes.
just
Yes.
like that.
Yes.
That's what this dude is doing.
And he does. He kind of
standing
hovers
behind
Yeah.
like
in the whole
hover,
time.
and then I gotta grab.
Yeah, exactly. It's the weirdest shit I've ever seen.
Oh, I'd love to watch that dude train,
Yeah.
just pulling shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, kicker, get over here. I need to practice pulling on a dude.
Right.
He his man card had to have been revoked, right?
For sure. There's no way those linemen are not giving him shit.
Everybody in the whole facility, I hope, lays into him.
Or in the country.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird, man.
So, Sean, before we hire you, what would you say your biggest weakness is? I got to be honest.
No, he got hired and he kept getting trucked by the ref. And they're like, where'd this line come from?
The game's changing, man.
That's right,
The game's
exactly.
changing.
How do you possibly tell where the field starts and ends? I'm lost
Yeah.
here.
That was before he was like, where's the yellow line? These first downs are tricky.
When I watch at home, I can always tell where the first down
Yeah,
is.
right.
Out here on the field, I can't see shit.
I need to get. Can you hire 2 guys with laser pointers for the first down? This is getting next level.
Wonder if his whole family just sucks at that shit. They're
Yeah.
constantly bumping into
Exactly.
people in crowded
Slamming
places.
into each other, walking through the kitchen, just face to face,
Clutches.
just killing each
Right.
other. Oh, I thought you were going left. Oh, my bad.
Honey, we're going to need to get an au pair. Oh, you need someone to watch the kids? No, just pull us out of the way
It
of
makes
each other.
sense. It's like, you can't be like everyone makes him sound like he's Superman genius. There's got to be some kind
there's
of
a
fucking
there's a
kink in the
kryptonite
armor.
there.
Yeah, and, it's
And
the-
that's it. That's the kink in the arm.
Right. He's oblivious to other people.
Spatial awareness.
Exact gone.
He just slams into walls and
Yeah,
shit.
He's
right.
got everything else. Just hire him. We'll get a guy to mind him.
Yeah,
Every time he parks his car, he just rakes it down the side of the
Yeah.
other car. He's like, I
For
just
sure.
don't know where anything starts and stops around here.
You can't let him drive. Parallel parking
But I do
is
know
just a
football.
disaster.
yeah.
Sean McVay's spot is 3 spots wide in the parking lot.
Coned off all around it, yellow tape.
Don't park there. That's next to Sean's spot. You're taking your life in your own hands with that new Maserati. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
very odd.
It's really weird.
I'd give him a pass if I heard that, too. I'd be like, that makes a little sense. Okay,
Yeah.
you're just a weird.
But I'd come up with a better contraption, like put a leash on me. Don't grab me like we're dancing in 2nd grade.
How about just a
Yeah.
shot collar? Yeah, like backs away.
I still like the verbal cue. Like, you can't tell me that wouldn't
Yeah.
work. Like, a little quick.
Yeah.
Like, whoop, whoop, hey, hey. I mean, there's a million things. Like, teach him
It's
to
2
step back.
woo whoops for left. You hit me with 1.
So he's down a peg.
Down a couple pegs. Just reinforces the old Patriots for me.
So is that when the line opened, the Patriots were actually
I don't know the line. I want to hear. I'm going to try to guess this really quick.
Okay.
Patriots are probably dogs by like 1 or 2.
So when the line opened, the Patriots were dogs by 1.
Mm-hmm.
Within 24 hours, the Patriots were favored by 2.
What is it now?
I believe it's still probably Pats by 2, but I'm not certain of that. I haven't looked in a couple of days. But I was shocked at that because when the line came out and I saw that the Pats were dogs, I was like, this is crazy. How are the Patriots dogs? Like, I have made a lot of money over the years by figuring
Really?
out when
was
someone.
this?
I haven't lost a Super Bowl bet.
He told me this earlier, and
I haven't lost a Super Bowl bet in over a decade. Now that's Super Bowl, period. Like I lose everything all year
up to
long.
them.
Yeah.
It's unbelievably bad. But for whatever reason, I've been getting it right because I seem to have the Patriots number. Like I know when they're not going to cover.
So you knew when the Giants were going to beat them twice. You knew that.
I had the Giants, but the Giants were dogs. I was taking the points. I didn't anticipate the win. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like-
okay.
like
So you're saying you're
with the spreads.
with the spread. You're covering the points. You're not.
And if you
calling
go
it
back
outright.
and listen to, the podcasts over the years, you'll hear them. I've been calling them out. And this year, I'm taking the Pats. I just think that the Rams aren't a very good team.
2.5, 2 still.
2.5 now. It's crazy because they were
They said
dogs when it
they
opened.
when they bumped it up to 3, action went hard the other way, so they don't think that's going to go up to 3.
I mean, I don't know that it could. At 3, you have to start to question if you go Rams. But I think at 2, I'd take the Pats.
I mean,
I do straight up bets on Super Bowl, right? Nobody gives a shit about that, do they?
What do you mean? Like
About
with
points?
with the spread?
Yeah, like who the fuck wins? I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck about
I
spread.
think
and
Super
Bowl.
Well, when you're betting on the underdog, you want the points. You're betting on the favorite. Yeah, straight up
me.
sounds good.
I give them that points. I don't give a fuck.
yeah, I'm with you. Like to me,
I mean,
like
if I'm betting in Vegas, like on a online or something,
Yeah.
yeah, clearly. But most of the time, where I'm somewhere, I'm like, who the fuck you want? Let's do this.
well, especially like this game is. I mean, 2.5 points. That's a coin flip.
This game
Yeah.
should
Like-
have been a pick 'em anyway because the
Yeah.
Rams are a far better offense in my
Yeah.
mind, and the Patriots are the Patriots. So
Would you say they're the far better offense as of the last 2 games?
yeah, they haven't looked that good.
I'm just saying what I saw all season. You have to put the
Yeah, but I'm
Rams down
saying,
as the better
If
offense.
you've seen the Pats in the last 2 games, do they still have the better offense?
If I just had to use the last 2 games as all I know,
Yeah.
then the Patriots are certainly right up there.
I mean,
Yeah,
they're
but they
5-3 in the Super Bowl with Brady.
They did scramble, though. If you noticed a lot, everyone was a 3rd and 10, and they happened to catch the ball.
They're
on
not
3rd and
That's what
dominating.
I was
They're-
saying.
They're,
Yeah.
They're getting it done. They're not killing people.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
I just don't think the Rams are a good football team. I haven't thought it all season. Which
But they've been good all
bad
season.
news. I've been losing money on the Rams all
All
season.
And there's people saying that Gurley's hurt too, which
He
kind
is.
of makes sense.
He's always hurt though, on some level. But
Aren't
he's-
all those
he
running
wasn't
backs
hurt all season. He was killing it. He was the number 1 running back.
yeah,
the
but he
past
kept
3
fighting through injuries. They said they kept saying he's hurt. He's hurt.
But no one has said he's hurt. But yet he's playing
He's
a
had
quarter of
nagging
the time.
injuries. But yeah, he's
Yeah, but
been-
no one has come out and said, "Hey, here's the reason why you don't see Gurley at all." It's just like, "Oh, hey, Anderson's out there."
well, they're saying he's hurt now.
They are.
Yeah, they're saying Gurley's hurt, but he's going to play.
Of course he's going to play.
I mean, he's.
Yeah, but I have a feeling Anderson's going to do better. He has been.
I don't think it's going to matter because Sony Michel is going to run all over him.
Yeah, Sony Michel.
Burkhead's been coming in.
That
Like,
James
Yeah.
White combo.
yeah, dude. Belichick just
Burkhead,
puts in
White,
whoever the
and
hell he
Michel.
wants.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, guess what? And that's what keeps everybody fresh because everybody's subbing in.
Yeah.
Even Gronk, like the guy
Please
doesn't
tell me
do.
you saw that Instagram video of Brady and Gronk.
No, I did
I-
not.
Dude, it's been all over. Where they're like,
I'm not on
he
Instagram.
smirks
You're
at-
the
No,
Instagram
it's not
guy.
even- It's all over the fucking world right now. Like he smirks at the camera and he turns aside and Gronk's over there and he smirks. You haven't seen
I have
it?
not
Oh,
seen this.
dude. So he's walking and he makes it. And I know for those on video you can see this, but and I'll
Is
put
it
on-
during a game?
No, it's afterwards. They're walking
Uh-huh.
to the bus, and Brady's looking at the camera, and he's like, and they're playing, "We ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped" in the background. But Brady got this smirk. He's like, and he shoots the camera, and there's Gronk, and Gronk goes, like that. It's so
That's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I
It's
do
funny
love
as shit.
Gronk. That's
Oh, yeah.
that is my frat guy right there.
That's a bro for
Yeah.
and
sure.
he's not. He
Through
has
and
not
through.
been good all year.
My man is a bro
Yeah.
for sure. He's a bro.
Oh, there's no 2 ways about
Yeah,
it.
no.
My kids love him because he's a host of a kids show.
What?
Yeah.
I knew he was doing Tide Pod commercials.
So he's a host of the show with 2 other kids called Crashleets. It's basically like a ridiculousness / America's Funniest Home Videos with kids where like kids just eat it and they're just laughing their balls off the whole time.
Here it
good
is
on
right- here it
good
is
on
right here.
Gronk, man.
Yeah.
Keeping
Gronk's
himself
awesome.
relevant. Like you can't argue with the guy who's going to do that. But he knows what he needs to do to keep himself famous for a long time. I mean, that's just
Dude, he's brought his whole family with him too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he parties with his brothers and everything. I mean, he's classic. That is a funny
Yeah.
video.
How awesome is that?
It's hard to argue with those guys, though.
Yeah, they're all cheesing.
I mean, they're ballers. They cheat and they win. That's what they do.
Yeah, they cheat.
Oh, they do.
It's been proven.
Only by a 10-year-old. Did
He
you
won
see that?
He won that science project.
I'm sure he did.
Did you see that?
I didn't read it, but I've seen it. Like
So in the article,
the clickbait.
So in his science project, he deflated some balls and had people throw them and he figured out that the under-deflated balls flew further than the fully inflated
Yeah, like his
ones.
sister, his mom, his
Yeah.
dad, and him were all able to throw it further. But
That doesn't make sense to me.
I
you
don't know what the relevance of
still
that
have
is,
to
though.
go back and prove that Brady actually had been deflating balls. And
But even if he did, what does that have to do
Well,
with
that was
throwing
given.
it
No, that was
15
proven.
yards?
It
but
was
it wasn't
proven.
proven that Brady was doing it.
It came out that he was telling the
It
equipment
was
people to.
accused.
No, it came out.
Well, the equipment people said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Brady didn't say it.
Well, why would he? The murderers don't admit to killing people.
Yeah, but I don't know what the relevance is. That's my whole thing. Like, what's the? What,
They
like,
say
what
it's
does it
easier to
matter?
catch too.
Yeah, it's easier to catch, hold, and throw. You're less likely to fumble it if you can grip it.
Yeah, that's true for
Yeah.
sure.
You know, so
Yeah,
I mean
yeah.
that's a bit. And as far as when the running back has the ball, got a better grip. Receiver's able to catch it better, and according to this 10-year-old, you can clearly throw it further, based on his brilliant work.
But to me, I mean, in Brady's defense, and that I usually don't say those words, like that's on the it's the ref to figure out, right?
Well, that's the rule. Yeah, exactly. That's my whole. If it's too low, the refs should feel it.
yeah, they're
And the
touching
whole-
that ball
the
in
idea
between.
that they're bringing their own balls anyways is kind of stupid in the first place, if you ask me.
Well, the home team, I think, usually supplies all the balls. is
Well,
the
the
way it
kickers
works.
always have a special
No, I
ball.
thought the teams brought their own ball.
They do. They supply the balls on their sideline, and
That's
the
what I
refs
thought.
have to swap them out.
Yeah,
Every
that's
time.
a stupid rule.
Oh, that's silly. Yeah, they should just have a plethora of balls that
Right.
everyone shares.
Exactly.
It would certainly make more sense, but I guess there's a deviation you're allowed to be within, and so you're allowed to have them inflated
Well, I know, like,
within
the
a certain amount.
Quarterbacks get to inspect them and like feel them and feel which ones they like
Yeah.
best and
Which I think makes sense because it's a natural ball. I mean, it's fucking pig
So,
skin.
you
So,
know,
I mean,
y'all don't
I
get-
like this skin better.
Y'all
Yeah.
mock me because I still get Sports Illustrated, but in this week's Sports Illustrated, there's an article about how footballs are made
Really?
from the jump. Like the first page of the article has two cows on it,
Nice.
and like they walk you through the whole thing. It's actually
They're made by cows.
cows make them. A
Why
lot
do
of
they
people
call
don't
them
know that.
pig skins?
Yeah, that's weird.
It's the stupidest shit ever.
But it
Eat
all
more chicken.
it all comes through Chicago. All of the league's balls come through Chicago.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah,
That's when you want them to be done right.
Football
Yeah.
Town, USA.
Right.
Damn
Yeah.
right. Except for kicking, not our specialty. It's heartbreaking.
But I'm like halfway through it, and they like walk you through the entire thing. Like they're
That's cool.
showing the cows, the farmer. They're like, and then they take them into the
This is
to
a,
the
this is a
thing.
bolt stunner.
Yeah, and they bolt them in the head with a 5-inch bolt, and then they collapse, and then they raise them.
They
up
do
and
not
slit
show
their
that
throat.
part.
They don't show it.
Okay.
They're telling you.
They
the whole
describe
thing.
it,
Yeah.
though? Good on
And
them. Okay.
the
It
roast
started with
detail.
there's this piece of leather.
Yeah. Like you don't have to go into all that.
Right.
Jeez. I'm
Leather
sure.
comes from cows. We'll start there. We'll
Right,
pick it up
exactly.
here.
Yeah. All of a sudden, Peter's like, "Hey, can we cancel this subscription?"
Yeah, they talk about how they tan it and treat it
Peter
and all
who?
that stuff.
PETA.
PITA?
Yes, that's the one. No, PETA. They actually had
So not the flatbread.
no, but that does sound good,
For
right?
sure.
God, I could go for a euro.
Yeah, it does.
God.
Have you tried that Arby's one I'm telling you about?
Yeah, it's good.
It's
I've had
amazing.
it. It's good.
It is.
I saw a thing that PETA was doing a protest in Australia this past week, and they had a fake dog, but they had on a barbecue outside, and they were like, people are killing dogs, and they
How
made-
fucking gross has a pita barbecue got to be?
Yes.
oh shit.
That's got to be the worst thing ever.
That's got to be
And
all-
there were like all kinds of kids getting upset because this thing looked like a real dog sitting on a barbecue.
Yeah.
Like kids are crying and running all over, and I'm just like, why do they let PETA do this shit? Like they are upsetting kids. I remember I went to the
Dude,
circus.
you see the anti-abortion people out there with having their kids hold the signs up with the fetuses and
yeah,
stuff.
like
You're
a fetus on it.
This is like, I don't care what your point is. That ain't right.
Yeah.
Like, you should not, like, your kids should be innocent, like, to a certain age. Like,
we went to the circus probably like 3 years ago because the circus has been done
Gone.
away with thanks to PETA. Thanks a lot.
R.I.P.
how
Wow.
weird is it, too, before you get into your story? Like, as soon as the circus dies, The Greatest Showman comes out, and everyone loves that movie. It's like, if you had done that 2 or 3 years
You could've
earlier,
saved-
you
you
might
could've
have been able to save that
Sweet
shit.
Yeah.
irony.
A lot of homeless clowns now.
My kids love that movie, and I'm like, yeah, you've been to the circus, you don't remember because you were young, and now you'll never be able to go again.
Yeah.
When I took my kids there, it was the last year, and they had like the elephants, and PETA was outside, and they had all kinds of like signs showing like abused elephants and like beat up and like all messed up. And my kids were like, "What is this?" And they were crying. And I usually don't say anything to protesters, but I was like, "You guys are assholes.
Yeah.
And you guys have just ruined kids. Like you're not
Yeah.
saving anything. You're ruining kids."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that pissed me off. I mean, I had to deal with a child crying. It's like, thanks.
2.
No, one of them
Oh,
was
just
like,
one
fuck
was-
that elephant.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Fuck Dumbo.
Yeah. Stupid creatures.
Probably deserves it.
Exactly. She
Oh,
carries ivory
Lumbering
chopsticks
wrong all day and
everywhere she
dropping those
goes.
big ass shits.
Do you really think they mistreated them?
I'm sure they have.
I mean, on
been.
some
Yeah,
level,
for
you
sure.
I mean,
gotta
on-
train them.
Well, on some level, yes, because they're not in the wild, right? If you have any animal in
But
captivity,
to train them, you probably got
To transport that bitch, you got to treat it like shit.
yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I still think it would behoove them to like take care of them.
Yeah.
yeah, you're feeding them.
Yeah.
If they get a cold,
Yeah, the
you're
person
giving them
that
penicillin.
works with it loves the motherfucker.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
guarantee that.
Yeah,
And they've got vets on staff all
I
Yeah.
mean,
the
they
time.
don't just walk by and kick it and hit it. I
Right.
mean, like,
yeah.
Yeah.
But you got to believe that in order to train a tiger, the tiger has to believe you're the boss.
yes,
And I don't think tigers respond to logic.
They respond to white sheer pants, though.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've
With
seen that.
bedazzled jewels. The more bedazzled jewels,
the better.
it kind of like hits their eyes, and they're like, oh.
Was it Siegfried or Roy that got mauled? One of them. One of them.
Lost both of them.
See, that's tough. That's tough. The sequins didn't work for that tiger.
I think he had on denim that day.
That's where
Why
he went
would you
wrong.
wear denim around a
That's where he went
tiger?
wrong.
Yeah, it's a rookie move.
He got too comfortable.
For sure.
He didn't respect.
That's what Wranglers do.
That's right.
That's right. If you're not going to wear a Canadian tuxedo around that tiger, you deserve to die.
Yeah.
If you are going to wear one.
Exactly.
Stupid.
No one does that.
Bedazzle that shit at a minimum.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Tiger trainer. Roy. Name's not Boy.
Yeah. It's Roy Munson.
That's the one. Yeah, I'm excited about the Super Bowl, though, mostly for the
Well,
food.
how about this? What do I want with a plastic hand? A ring.
Oh, I can sit here and do kingpin lines all
know.
night.
I love it.
You really jarred something loose, Tiger.
Exactly.
One of the greatest bowling movies of all time.
For sure.
Is there another bowling movie? Well,
Of course.
Big Lebowski,
Yeah.
I guess you could count.
And
That's
they
it.
might
That's
be
the
like,
list.
top. Like if you ask me my top 5 or 10 sports movies,
Think you got two
both
bowling
are up
movies in there?
Because I love both of those movies. I've heard that there might be a Lebowski resurgence as far as another movie coming out. I saw a picture
Really?
online of him
Oh, really?
in his dude gear looking old.
Oh, I'd be excited.
They are doing a Ghostbusters. I did see a picture of Bill Murray today wearing his Ghostbuster.
Did you hear
power
about
pack.
the backlash from that?
Oh, I did. Yeah, yeah.
Why
yeah.
is there backlash? Because
Dude,
that stupid
Because
The chick, Leslie whatever-
Jones?
Yes. She went off on Twitter like, how dare them make one without paying homage to us? It's a remake. It's like, your shit was a remake. Like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? Like, this is laughable.
I just don't understand how they're going to pull another Ghostbusters movie out.
Because it's got the original people in it. They're going to be awesome.
But you already just redid it.
What's
With
his
a full
name
girl
dead?
cast.
Did you not hear what I said?
What's his name's dead,
Bill
right?
Murray's going to be in the
No,
movie.
I get it. I'm excited
It's not
about
like you
it.
don't get it.
But I just feel like they just tried this like 3 years ago.
And Harold
and
Ramis dead.
failed with the all-girl
no?
cast.
But that's a different movie.
Dig a little deeper. You found your answer.
No, I get it, but they should have never done that shit.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, yeah,
what were
yeah.
they even doing? Like,
No, it's-
you
well,
knew
no-
what people wanted.
But it's not like the people that made both movies were friends and in cahoots. One shithead was like, I'm going to make it with these chicks. Somebody else was like, your shit sucks. I'm going to make it with the original.
But they should have just never They should have never greenlit the first one. Is all I'm saying. That is ridiculous.
Well, that's
but
on
did
the
you ever
individual
even watch that
studio.
one? Did you?
Never.
No one watched it.
No, I didn't either. I mean, it just seemed stupid to me.
But way more people watched that Ocean's 8 chick movie, though.
That got awful reviews too,
That was my point.
and I haven't seen that either. But I mean, the first one was dope, and everyone after that was less dope. So I don't put that on the women so much as that was like the fourth one of it. It was like Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, Ocean's 13, then like Ocean's 8. I mean, there were a lot
Maybe
of
ton
them.
of women went to see it, though.
And
I just don't
Ocean's
know.
Oh, I think
Ocean's
they
11
made
was a
money.
remake anyway.
They definitely made money because,
yeah.
women wanted to go out and see it and watched it, and that's
Yeah.
fine. But it shouldn't have been Ghostbusters. I mean,
But,
that was
all
a
right.
weird remake.
Here's a good question for you. Kind of touch back on that toxic masculinity thing we were talking about before. Did more women want to go see Ghostbusters or Aquaman?
Aquaman.
Every
Bingo.
woman I know
Yeah.
wants to see Aquaman.
For sure.
Or has seen it already. I mean, they're all going absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
That dude just swims in ass. Well, mostly Lisa Bonet's, I guess.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa. I mean, every woman thinks he is it.
Well, have you heard in the
Swimming in ass seems awkward.
It'd be a rough. You're gonna get pink eye. There's no doubt about that. There's no two way.
he's
Yeah.
Aquaman. He can swim in anything.
For sure.
That's true.
Have you seen or heard about all the comedians catching hell because they're saying women comedians don't get enough love and, whatever, and like Burr and all these guys are coming out. It's like, we just sell tickets. Like, it doesn't matter. The sex doesn't matter,
Yeah,
right?
if the
Like,
best comedian
think
on
it
earth is a
does.
chick,
I
no
don't-
one cares.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Exactly,
really
yeah.
don't care. Just be funny.
yeah,
Exactly.
Like Sarah Silverman is honestly funny.
yeah,
Like she is a truly funny comedian.
yes,
I didn't say what sex she was.
yeah,
Comedian. She's
yeah.
really good.
yeah.
I think Roseanne Barr was phenomenal
Definitely,
at
for
one
sure.
time. There's been a lot of funny women comedians, but for whatever reason, even Amy Schumer, honestly, she's put down some stuff that has me rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we talked to one played out on her, like,
Yeah, she's-
self-deprecating shit. That shit's got to go.
Well, because she didn't adapt.
Exactly.
She followed the same thing that got her there and then just stuck with it. After a
I
while,
fuck
that
losers
gets old.
and I like to eat. That's
Yeah.
basically her entire
What was
statement.
that one guy? God, he was like the bro frat comedian. Like he was the
Dane
biggest
Cook?
dude. Yeah, Dane Cook was the biggest thing ever for like 20 minutes,
Yeah.
and he never changed his shtick.
But when he came out, he was hilarious.
yeah,
Yeah.
but then he kept doing the same thing. That's what
Yeah.
Amy Schumer did. She didn't move on. She didn't
Yeah.
continue to grow. He just did the Dane Cook thing, and he just fell apart. I was afraid Jim Norton was going to fall into that for the longest time because he told AIDS jokes for like
Yeah.
5 years, and I was like, oh no, he's
that-
going to lose it. But he reinvented himself.
He did?
He changed the jokes. He's still a slut.
Yeah.
That's kind of his whoremonger.
Right,
I mean,
right,
that's
right.
his
Shtick.
shtick.
Well, he's got characters too, so I mean, he flips the script on that.
Fucking Troy with the home run.
Home run, Troy. What I'm saying, you can't be the same thing forever. Or you're
Yeah.
gonna get stale.
Well, he may be Chip Chipperson forever.
He fucked up there. People love
Did
Chip
he, though?
Chipperson. He says Chip Chipperson makes more money than Jim Norton these days, and he's like, I'm good with it.
That is awesome.
I love Chipperson just tearing apart Norton.
Yeah. Fucking
Cocksucker.
losers,
Yeah. I mean, sometimes the character's good. I mean, Andrew Dice Clay is best as Andrew Dice Clay. I mean, the fucking redneck dude. I mean, that's a character.
Yeah.
Fucking Larry the Cable Guy. Like, that dude tried being a comedian for a long time. Didn't hit.
Really?
One
Invented Larry the
catchphrase.
Cable Guy, crushing it.
Yeah, well, get her done.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. Does he still say get her done?
I gotta
Is he
assume
pigeonholed
it.
in that?
I think it's
I mean,
done by now.
People want to hear the
Yeah.
hits.
He got it done.
Yeah. I didn't get it at first. Well done.
Get it done. It's
Right.
done.
For a little.
Yeah.
It is done. Over. Not bad. Not bad.
Hey, I ain't
Yeah.
mad at him.
Hey, you got a deli over there for me by chance?
I think so.
I hope so. I bought one. I'm assuming I put it in the fridge.
About to find out.
I'm hoping you're going to like this one.
About to find out.
I bought this beer a few weeks ago to drink,
Ooh.
and I went ahead and bought it again because I don't think we ever reviewed it.
Because you drank it all, you're saying?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
You know this guy?
Sometimes it's tough, you know? It's like Pookie trying to do a crack tasting. Like
Yeah.
after a while,
This is
sometimes
the
it goes
Bell's
missing.
Winter White Ale. Belgian-inspired wheat ale. Smooth and refreshing with a mixture of fruity and clove aromas. Got any clove cigarettes that we can crush, too, while we're out here?
Dude, how good are clove cigarettes?
So good.
They are the best.
Was that? I don't want to hold one of these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
you
right
do.
now.
Oh,
We'll crack it and drink it, and then
All
I'll
right.
finish it.
Were Beatties clove?
No, beaties are eucalyptus.
Really?
And how good were beaties for
They
a
were
minute?
awesome. Yeah.
Cloves were Dejarum.
The Dejarums were the big dogs, yeah, and everyone would buy those. But you would feel like your lungs were bleeding after a while. But they were so good, and they packed a heck of a wallop, that's for sure. But beaties would make you feel like you were on another planet. They were like the bath salts of like cigarettes, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I remember
Beatties were awesome.
you'd go get those. They were tied up with like a little piece of hemp or something, a
Yeah,
little paper.
twine.
Yeah, you'd pull that cone out. It was just a leaf and a cone, and you'd smoke it, and like 2 hits in, you'd be like, "What is happening?" It really was the bath salts of smokes.
That's
So
hilarious.
5% beer. 4 16-ounce cans in this. They're out of Michigan since 1985.
That's one of the older craft breweries around, Bell's.
Really?
Yeah, that's an interesting. It was like Sam Adams and Bell's, were coming out around the same time. Just Sam beat them to the punch. And Sam still to this day, like if you go in the craft beer section at the store, Sam's always there.
If
Really?
you hit that in the open one, you gonna drink
No,
more
you
of
can
it?
take it.
You got
got-
enough?
you
You
got
know what
enough?
you need to
I
know?
do. Absolutely.
Spoiler alert for
Enough-
you, Bells.
Yeah. I got enough colorful synonyms in here.
No, that's cinnamon. It tastes like cinnamon.
No. Synonyms.
The synonyms.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't
That's
even know
tasty.
that. I might be burying the lead on this, but I think I can jump right in on that. I like the white in that. That's what that reminds me of is
You would.
slightly more
Racist.
spicy. What's that? Damn, I'm now drawing a blank on the one. The white ale. That's like the best white ale that's out there right now. It's out of New York.
Sounds delicious.
Something
me.
white. Something white. They just call it
Ooh,
white.
really?
I'm drawing a blank. I can't believe I forgot the
Allagash.
fucking Allagash White. Yeah, that is a
The beer nerd
tasty
got it.
beer.
Yeah.
Of course, right? But this is like a spicier version of Allagash. It's got a little more going on.
I like the spice in it for sure.
You can taste that clove
Yeah.
for sure. I think this beer is funny because a winter beer typically is like really heavy. They really want you to warm up, if you will. And this
Very light.
this winter white ale by Bell's, it's not your typical winter beer at all, but that extra spice does allow it to be somewhat of a warmer.
It says Belgian inspired wheat ale. I mean, to me, that is a Belgian wheat ale.
That means it's not. It means it's fake.
It means it's made in wherever you said it's made.
Michigan.
There you go. That's not in Belgium.
No, but it tastes like a
So
Belgian.
you wait a minute. You can't make one in Michigan and call it a Belgian wheat ale?
Belgian style.
Why can't you call it a Belgian?
Called a Belgian style ale. Belgian ale has
But I
come
feel
from-
like every time I open up a package, it doesn't say something style. It just says Belgian ale.
Is this a stupid champagne slash?
I mean, that would be my guess. I don't know that there's a
Don't know the
hard and
rules.
fast law on that. But I can tell you this beer here, the white ale, still got a little of that unfiltered. Definitely has some good flavor to it. I actually really enjoy that beer. There's no doubt in my mind that's at least a 4. I would drink that time and time again. That's tasty.
Interesting.
Yeah, I love this beer. This is delicious. It's clean, crisp. I like the spice in it. I give it a 4 all day long. I would drink this and
Not
gladly-
overly spiced, but
No.
spicy enough that I still taste it in my mouth.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that a lot.
Definitely a 4.
Where do you stand on this, Ely?
I mean, no, I give it a 4.5.
Okay.
Oh,
I was
wow.
like, how the hell does he not like this?
Yeah, it's
Wow.
fucking delicious
Yeah, like that is spot on.
for real. And I'm like I've been debating a 5 over here, but I can't do that just because. But that shit's delicious.
That really is. Well,
It
now you
is.
can understand why I bought a 6-pack for a deli,
Yeah.
and I tried one, and then we didn't get to do it
Right.
because, well,
That's
they
really good.
They went. No, that is That's
yeah,
spot
so
on.
this is Bell's, and now you can just, next time you're out and about, you can pick it up and have yourself some Belgian winter white ale.
Funny you say that. You can pick that up in Fredericksburg. You can pick that up in Charlottesville. You can pick that up in D.C. markets. But don't go trying to pick up any Bell's in Richmond, Virginia anymore.
Why is that?
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
Why is
we're
it-
about to retract some scores up in this bitch.
Why is it allowed all these other places in the Commonwealth, but not in Richmond proper, which is known for beer?
Because
We're the capital of the South.
unfortunately, beer distributorships are the modern day equivalent
Bloods
of the
and Crips.
mafia. It's
Yeah.
bad. Beer
Sounds to me
distributorships.
like it's they used to do music back in the day, where like
How does that work?
where like the label would like push one band out to the radio and pay them to play
Based
it.
on
And
the
it's like,
ball rub
yeah,
you gave the
So the way that distributorships work, they often sign.
Sounds like we were both wrong.
They
Yeah,
sign. No,
maybe.
you're right. You're right on. But they sign lifetime contracts. It's the weirdest fucking thing.
What?
It's like a marriage.
Who would do that?
It's just how they still work. It's
Hold
still
on, if it's a lifetime, how's it ending?
well, it's a common
Somebody
practice.
died.
It's a common practice that
Death
you'll
to us
sign.
part.
Yeah.
You'll sign a lifetime with a
Yeah.
brewery, and then that brewery says, "Okay, you have the exclusive distributorship rights in whatever area," and that's how they do it. And it's because it truly is a mafia, especially in a place like Virginia where you have ABC laws dictating there can only be so many distributors, and then the distributors, they lock in the breweries, and then those breweries are stuck with that distributor. So if you wanted to become a distributor, you'd have to be some low-end one where you start picking off like low-end beers. You're never going to get in the Coors. You're never getting the Budweiser. So here we have, Loveland Distributing?
Yes.
Yeah, there's
Here
two, I think, and there's another one.
Browns.
Browns, yeah.
So we have two distributors, and then they sign the contract with the brewery, and now that brewery can't work with the other one.
Yeah.
And so you give them whatever rights and promise you're going to move.
Which is almost
X
a
amount.
monopoly. I mean, if you have two.
It's really dumb. I don't know why.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Well,
I don't even see how it's in anyone's favor other than that company.
it's
I mean, the
It's
distributors.
not even in the favor of the manufacturer.
No.
no, it's not.
Right.
It's
why would anyone do that?
because in order for Loveland or Browns to pick up the distribution rights to this beer, they're like, I want exclusive contracts, so you can't sign with the other distributor,
Right, but
and they can sign
why
them for
would
life
anyone take that as a manufacturer?
because they can't get distribution in those areas without it because of the way the stupid laws are set up, in particular in places like Virginia, where it's
We love stupid
exceptionally-
laws here.
especially when it comes to alcohol. We
Yeah,
are
for sure.
We are hardcore. And so Bell's had an exclusive for life, distribution deal with whatever distributor they'd signed with here in Richmond. Well, that distribution place got bought out by a
Really?
larger distributor. And that distributor has a contract
With the
with the
competition.
competing one that said you won't do Bell's, which
Dagger.
wasn't a problem at the time because you couldn't get in with the other one anyway. So they said, that's fine. We'll go with you guys. You promised to put us in all the grocery stores and push us into bars. They're like,
So I see now why a lot of craft beers try to do their own distribution, basically.
because the longer you can hold on to that,
Yeah.
the better you are. But the problem is it's very difficult to get out
To
and about.
extend beyond where you are. Yeah.
And then you're creating a distribution network for one beer, which is not efficient. So you end up caving and signing to one of these assholes. Well, now Bell, as of last week, no longer has distribution in Richmond. And for the week,
But it sounds like
leading
they
up,
didn't have any say in it.
they actually, so the weeks leading up to it, they were notified, hey, we're going to sell out to so-and-so. They've been petitioning the Virginia ABC board to let them
get
out of that contract so that they can.
Because that doesn't seem fair that they don't have an option. Like, oh, I just swooped in and took over, and now I'm preventing you from selling your product. That's not fair to them.
It's
Yeah.
total bullshit, and there's nothing more. That's why I called it the modern day mafia. It really is because they have true monopolies where they sign people's rights away. Well, because of this, Bell's has been caught up in this bullshit, and since it was a local distributor that they had signed with back in the 80s, we're stuck.
Wow.
And now we can't get Bell's. So I went specifically to the store today to find what Bell's were left. And there was the section in the craft beer where everything's alphabetical, and you get to B, and there's just gaps in the shelves. And there were 3 beers left, or 3 6-packs left.
Wow.
And I decided to go with the Winter White. But this is particularly disturbing because Bell's does the Two-Hearted Ale, which may be one of the finest IPAs that you can get your hands on, in my opinion. And then they do the Oberon Ale, which when it comes to a summer ale,
we've done that on here. I
I
think.
don't like the summer winter bullshit. Like, what's to tell me I wouldn't drink that in the summer?
I'm with you. Like,
this one I would.
Yeah,
I mean, this is a
right.
great beer year round.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. But it's the same reason. It's like the McRib. You know, you just kind of.
No, I don't know because I would eat the McRib at any point.
Exactly, but it's more popular if they just hold it out. It creates that
Demand.
buzz.
Yeah, same thing Disney does with their movies.
Yeah, they pull them back, and then
Yeah.
it's like, you better buy it now because in 10 years, the next time you can buy it again. And it's great because the mediums change. Like VHS, you can get Pinocchio, and then they wait 10 years. Like DVD, now that's gone. Who knows what the next thing they'll do? And it looks
Blu-ray.
like they're pulling them all back to do a streaming service. Disney's going to have a streaming service,
Yeah.
specifically for
They
that
give
reason.
you a code when you get a movie, and you can use that code to get it online.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. But
I
they
mean-
fucked us. We don't have Bell's in Richmond now. So if you want a Bell's Two-Hearted and an Oberon, you have to drive to Fredericksburg or to Charlottesville.
They're gonna have to figure that out. Like something's gonna change here.
They'll get it figured out, and Bell's
But who
is
knows how long it'll
petitioning-
take, right?
Yeah, they got to go through the bureaucracy of being relieved from a contract. Now they can get relieved and like re-sign or do something. It's like it's a total mess. But because of it, Bell's was caught in a bunch of red tape and got cut out of our market. So you have to go 60 miles in any direction before you can get
It's gonna
Bell's.
cut them deep, dude.
They actually said that this is one of their most profitable markets because we're such a
we're
craft beer
nerds
drinking market.
for sure. Yeah.
That they were like, this is actually devastating to us. And they said it was like, it was something ridiculous.
Are there
like-
any cities that aren't big? I swear,
They all
I
are
talk
now.
to someone that lives in another city, and they're
They're
like,
like-
"My city's the biggest craft beer city all around." And you're like, "I think everyone is. I think everyone just says that."
It's certainly going that direction.
Yeah.
But I think Richmond is voted like
We're one of the top. We're
us in Asheville.
We're the top. We're a top. We're a top.
we're yeah. Oh, we're a beer market.
We're a beer market. Yeah.
You mean one of the top?
yeah.
Well,
We're a beer market.
stay in your lane, bro.
Yeah.
No, but they did say that this was a big one because this is one of their larger sales markets. So they're like, this actually hurts. And they'd given a quote of how many barrels of beer come here, and it was a staggering number. And I was just like, ooh, that does hurt. Like, they just lost a lot.
Big government stepping in and fucking up.
And you got to wonder how quickly it takes to shift, like to make this market no longer one of their best markets. Like if it was gone for a year, would that be long enough that we would have moved on and found new favorites?
That's a good question.
You know, I don't know
mean,
at what
that's-
point
yeah,
that
like
happens.
That's
years,
probably
plenty of time.
a valid argument with all the pop-ups, all the new breweries that are popping up left and right.
Because in this town, people are such
Yeah,
snobs.
hipster
like-
Harry's gonna find something.
Oh,
different
hell
quick.
yeah.
Yeah, and they've already left. All the hipsters drink, the Veil and
Oh,
all
yeah.
that shit. That's what
Yeah.
people love. This is going to hurt them in the long run. They will lose some of their market share because of this blip. And I hope it doesn't last long because the Oberon's right around the corner, and that is like one of my absolute favorite beers. So I wanted to at least bring us a Bell's because
Yeah.
One
It's
last
a W.
Bell's.
One last W before you get the fuck out of
Maybe
here.
once they hear that we gave them they passed the deli, maybe they'll stick around. Maybe
Actually-
they'll figure away.
maybe you should get on that social media, Ely, and put that out there to Bell's that we reviewed them in the Richmond market. We've never been more important to them.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the moment in time that they might recognize, like, holy crap. But that is a damn good beer. And
It's delicious.
they
And
do
like
some
Ely
of the best
said,
beers around.
it's kind of silly to say winter white when you could drink that all year long.
Yeah. Easily.
Yeah, I can't wait to have their summer white. Same beer, new
Same
can,
thing.
Exactly.
make the can yellow
Yep.
instead of blue.
Boom.
Be
Got
like,
sun
wow,
on it. Oh, this is delicious.
This
Right.
is so good in the sun.
Yeah.
Love it here. But when that Oberon comes out,
It reminds me of something, though.
Yeah.
I can't recall what it was. They'd have changed something. Pull like a hair of cloves out. Oh, it's a different recipe.
A touch of citrus.
You put a touch of citrus in
Yeah.
the summer.
Oh, yeah.
Done.
That's how you do it.
Nailed it.
Done and done.
I love citrus beer.
It's pretty damn tasty. I wouldn't
How
mind.
can you not?
The only beer I ever brewed that people ever liked was a citrus beer. I'm not a very good
Well, that's the
beer
only
brewer.
one that came out, like, not poisonous, right?
I made one batch of beer. It was honest to God. It was
You're
so
one of those
bad.
guys, Ely? You don't like poison in your beer?
Yeah. Weird.
Softy.
I had made a batch of beer that was so
Times
bad.
are changing, Troy. We're all getting soft.
Yeah, we are.
I took it out to a camping trip and just put like a couple in everybody's coolers. And throughout the night, every once in a while, you'd hear someone get
I
the bomb.
remember that.
They'd be like,
What the fuck?
Yeah, you just hear someone by the campfire like, "Oh God, this beer's awful."
It was
Yeah.
bad,
And I'd be
huh?
like, yeah, and it just looked like the label fell off. People would be like, I need a beer. Let me get that.
And
Like
if I
it
know
was
you-
the bottle that was buried in the dirt for 25 years.
and
or
if I
something
know
like that.
Brennan, his fucking feelings were hurt because he thought that shit was going to be a hit.
No, he knew it
I
sucked.
knew, dude. That's why I
Yeah.
put them in everyone's coolers. It was so bad. I just put grenades in everyone's coolers. It was god awful, man.
So you knew it was bad and you were just going to wait for the bad fucking
Dude, I brewed
review?
it, was so proud, and cracked that first one. It was like, maybe that's a bad one.
That's
Tried the
one-
next one.
that
Like,
is-
that's awful.
I have never come close to being a brewer. Like, I've known guys who've done it, and it sounds like the fucking
It's a lot of
return
work.
on investment is fucking so. There's none. Like, you don't save any money.
No, but it's like if you get really good at making something like food, then it's worth it to you because you know you can make
Yeah,
this
except
well.
you can make good food in half an hour.
Oh no, but you can make great beer in 6 to 8 weeks.
Maybe.
It's,
Nailed it.
it's totally worth it.
It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I've made, but my only good beer was a citrus beer. Like that one, people were like, "This is really good."
I would be so devastated if I put all that time, money, and effort into it, and then the shit was sour or something and ruined.
Oh,
I'd be
yeah.
like, God damn it! What have I done here?
It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Not Fight Club bad, but bad.
Oh yeah,
Dude, yeah, you sent in. What's that? Go ahead.
We didn't talk about our tubing adventure.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
We didn't talk about it on the podcast, did we?
no,
No.
because after the last show,
We did. So let's clue everybody back in. Last show was on a Sunday. We were off Monday for Martin Luther King, so we were going pretty hard and heavy. We went late into the night, and after the show, Brendan, I guess, threw it out there kind of haphazardly, like, "Oh, I was thinking about taking the girls to Tube tomorrow."
yeah,
Up
go up
to
to the
Wintergreen.
ski resort.
Snow tubing, yeah.
Yeah,
And I had actually decided against it because the cold front had moved in to a level that I was like, nobody in their right
it was
mind
going to be in the
would go
like
up there.
20s or something up there, or teens.
Well, it was
or
going to be
something.
20s at the base of the mountain.
Yeah.
So I wasn't certain what was going to be happening up there. But yeah, it was after midnight. I know that.
Yeah, it was
around,
close to 1.
It was, yeah,
It
one.
was around 1 in the morning, and we're all back here drinking beers, and
Making great decisions.
I threw out the comment, I was going to go up there, but it was too cold. Neely was like, "What? Not too cold? Let me look at this." 10 minutes go by, and he's like, "Not a bad deal, actually. Like, we could do this." And by 1:30 in the morning, we had decided to go tubing,
Yeah.
All three of us
which we had to leave at like,
We had bought
and our
8
5
tickets.
kids.
Yeah.
and we had to leave at 8 in the morning, which was devastating to find out at 1 something in the morning. You know, as I'm cracking yet another beer. Like, okay.
But it was it was a great trip. It was quick.
Dude,
it was
That
fun
was
as
a great
hell.
trip.
Yeah.
It was seamless, except I made a critical judgment error right at the beginning. I didn't know that all the ones on the left were like super fast, and all the ones on the right were a little more tame.
I didn't know that. I still don't know
I still don't know
They-
that.
I
Yeah,
thought
so
they
there
all
was
hauled ass.
there was a line down the center, like a slightly larger ridge, and everything to the right of that didn't dip as hard on the 2 dips as you go down.
Really?
I don't
Yeah.
believe that for
I
a
don't
second.
either.
Oh, it's a fact, because when I got down, I actually came back and looked, and you could see that these ones were carved out. They went a good 6-7 feet deeper, which gives you that much more
I didn't
speed
notice that.
heading into the next one. There was
I
a
went on all of them.
All I know is the first one I went on solo. The kids went ahead of me, and I followed. And I came up out of my tube and thought I was going to die. Like,
Oh,
it
yeah.
was so fast.
Yeah.
It was so fast.
And
it scared me. And I was like,
It did.
how
It
my-
honestly scared
I was
me.
like,
I was like,
dude.
oh my God.
And it's funny too because I've been talking shit because we've been talking about going, and obviously Angela's pregnant, and she's like, "I'm not allowed to go." I'm like, "It's fucking tubing
Yeah,
down the hill.
like, yeah,
of course
yeah.
you can go."
No, it's not.
Yeah. And I came back and I was like, that shit's really fast.
You
then
can't go
not
on
good too.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, like every other time I went down, like I was tethered to one of the kids.
Yes.
And it prevented me from going
Spinning.
that fast. Spinning too, but it prevented me from going fast enough to come out of the tube, which I was like, all right, I'm cool with this.
Yeah.
But like I did hit my feet a couple times on those berms.
Clip you.
Oh, and like pain just shot up through my knees and
Right.
hips. But dude, that shit was rocket
I was
fast.
flying.
Yeah.
Rocket fast.
It was awesome.
I put the girls, tied them together. I was like, just hold on and just go down this one. And put them in
You
the
let the two
fast
of them
lane.
go by themselves first?
Yes.
Yeah.
I totally fucked that up. Like I
That is great.
totally messed that up.
This is the first run?
And yeah, the very
Yeah.
first run of the day. And I'm in the fast lane next to him. So I gave him a push, jumped in mine, and went down and immediately started turning. And
Oh,
I'm like,
dude, the spinning when you hit that,
The spinning
when you hit that
sucks.
drop backwards,
Yeah.
you think you're dying.
Yes.
yeah. And I hit one of those jumps. And I mean, the tube launched.
Yeah.
And I was spinning in the air, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this is unacceptable. I was like, holy shit. And then I made it, and I was like, all right, act cool. Like, you can't act like you're shook.
Wipe the tears away.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, girls,
Scoop
how
the
you
poop
doing?
out of your bibs.
Wasn't that awesome?
Yeah, I was like, that was great, right? And one of them got out bawling. And I was like, oh, no, this isn't good. And she
Yeah.
cried. And I'm like, I got your tube. I'm like dragging the
Yeah.
tubes over the humps. And we get up there, and then they stopped crying by the time we were heading up. And they were both like, I'm going again. That was awesome. And I was like,
Yeah.
all right, sweet.
Yeah.
Score.
And then I went down to the end, and that's when I realized, okay, I'm not catching air down here. Things are a little more mellow. But they were like, nah, we're done. Like, we're done. We went and got hot chocolate. I was able to get one of them to come back out, thank
Nice.
goodness. But man, that first one, I think they must have caught air just like I did. I think it shook them.
Dude.
Which I get it. They've been riding a 6-foot hill in my yard,
Forever.
Yeah.
for 8 years.
You,
and
and
then I
it's
dumped
long.
them in this.
That
It
thing
was
was long.
long.
Like
Fucking
I took a
terror
video
dome.
of it, and like my buddy came over. Mike came over Saturday, and he had seen it. He was like, dude, that video went on for a long time. I was like, it was a lot longer than you thought.
It
Like, it
was.
was a long ride.
But I would wholeheartedly recommend tubing it
For sure.
at
Oh,
Wintergreen.
For sure.
It was $39 a head.
29 bucks.
29.
29
Yeah.
and you get 90 minutes on there,
And
which
that's
is
all you can do.
Perfect amount
That's
of time.
all you can do.
when it's 20 degrees and the wind
That was
is
the other thing.
whipping.
One, it was 11 degrees when we were out there.
Is that what it came
Yeah.
down to? Yeah, I believe.
And that's what I was telling my son. I was like, this is awesome because when you normally come here, it isn't this cold.
Yeah.
You know, like we were bundled the hell up.
I didn't get cold. Like
I didn't either.
I mean, it's a lot. It took more out of me than I thought it would. Like walking,
Oh my god.
walking around was harder than I thought. And yes, they have the conveyor to take you up, but like getting to the conveyor was an issue. Walking around, dragging the extra kids' tubes was something. My buddy Sean, who works ski patrol, stopped by. One of you guys was out there.
I was there,
Ely
yeah.
was there. You were already up getting hot chocolate.
He was like, this ain't shit.
Yeah, I go, dude. This
As far
is
as
amazing.
cold?
No,
Oh,
fast.
speed.
Oh, they
I go-
get faster?
I go, dude, this is fast. He goes, this isn't shit. He's like, when it's like 30 degrees and everybody's riding it and it's melting, and then the sun dips down and the temp dips,
Yeah,
and
nice.
everybody's been
Ice.
polishing it in the ice all day.
Ooh.
He's like, he goes, you see all those slow down pads they put down there, all those black, rubber pads. He's like, they'll have those all down there, and people will still be riding all the way up into the.
The last one I took when I was tied to my daughter, which I agree is much better because you're not spinning.
Yeah.
It really helps
Yes.
calm things
Yeah.
down a bit. But we rode all the way to the top.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, went over all those things, rode all the way to the top, and then had to roll all the way back down. I
Yep.
was like, that was kind of sweet.
Yeah, that was awesome. And
I would do that again in a heartbeat.
too.
the kids were knocked out the whole way home, and
Yeah.
we look like baller ass dads, fucking crushing it. For
Yeah,
Making
we were home by
decisions.
4. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Making decisions at 1 a.m,
Yes.
ham-boned.
You said it best. You said the best quote ever. You said that was probably the greatest decision we've ever made 12 beers deep.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's spot on.
For sure.
That's spot on.
Yeah, because the next
Yeah.
day my wife was like, you're so good.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm kind of hungover.
15 years
but-
ago would have been, let's go pee on the neighbor's doorknob.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, we were making good decisions 12 beers
Yeah.
deep after midnight. It's unheard of.
Yeah.
Unheard of. But we nailed
Yeah, I
it.
couldn't recommend that enough. We had a blast out there. It was fun to see all the kids. I mean, I knew the kids were going to have fun, but I was impressed with how much fun I had.
For sure. I
Like-
agree.
It actually made it so that I wouldn't mind next time I go up there, like I'm doing 2 days, one day get my lift ticket, board all day, and the next day just
Tube.
tube.
Yeah.
Because It was a lot faster than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
Silly
it
fast.
was fun. I would love to do night tubing too. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Do they do that?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds sketchy. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
I know they do it at Massanutten.
I mean, it was intense. I didn't.
I haven't been up there in 10 years probably.
Where Wintergreen?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I had no idea that every brewery that I've
On
heard
Earth,
of
it's right next door.
You
Yeah.
have to drive past it to get there. It was so tempting. There was distilleries, breweries. Like I bet we passed 12 or 14 breweries
Yeah.
and distilleries on the way up
You
there.
start adding in all the wineries and cideries. I mean, you can get. You can
They're all
die.
there.
We
You-
should
like-
take the kids and the family and stay the night and do all that.
I'm actively working on that.
Are you?
Yeah, we should. We'll talk.
We should do it
Okay.
in the summer when nothing's
Yeah.
up there and it's hella
I
cheap.
have done that, and for like Thanksgiving, we stayed
Yeah.
in Wintergreen. It was cool.
Well, that place I like to go camping, we passed right there off the interstate. That Misty Mountain place.
Oh, okay.
It's you get off the interstate, you make that left, and it's right there on the left,
Yeah.
and that's where we go camping.
Nice.
I've been going there my whole life, and back before any breweries were there. Actually, if you go off the interstate and make a right, there's another brewery right there on the right
Yeah.
called Pro Renata that we've been to before.
You could honestly do like a bachelor or bachelorette party right there down that
yeah.
corridor and have a blast.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Like rent out a place. I mean, it would be. it
Yeah.
would be
Golf
sick.
in the sun and
Yeah.
board in the
Yeah.
snow.
Well, they have a golf course up
I
there.
know.
Dude, what was that bachelor party you were talking about before we got here? Crowdfunded bachelor party or something? I didn't hear this story.
Oh, the dude. So this dude.
Is this the rando?
Yeah, this is the dude. In,
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude-
what is this? I haven't heard this.
This dude is in, I want to say Arizona. He gets an email. He's part of this group email, and
Angelo is the guy.
Yeah.
Angelo's bachelor
yeah,
party
Angela's bachelor party, and this dude like
is the
his-
subject of the email that shows up.
this dude is
Okay.
somehow on like he has the exact name of this other friend, but somehow he
like
got,
an email address got screwed
yes,
up?
yes.
Nice.
So he gets this email and he goes, "I'm in."
I already love this dude.
Yeah, this
So
guy's
the guy,
great.
so the guy has like
And he knew. He's
And
like,
so
I
they're
have no bachelor
and they're
parties.
thinking,
yeah.
this is my boy.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they're thinking it's their boy. Well, a week or two goes by and they realize it's not their boy, so they email him. They're like, our bad. He's like, hey, I'll still come, and they're like, shit, if you want to come on. And
That's
this is
awesome.
like I think they were in Jersey. They were going skiing in like Jersey or somewhere, New York or something. It was like across the country. This guy is like 35 and has a newborn. Didn't have a lot of money, so he did a GoFundMe page.
Hold on, GoFundMe to get to some
Yeah.
randos.
Yeah.
Shut up.
So his
This is
GoFundMe
great.
page was like, I got invited to go to a rando's bachelor party. I'd like to go. Need $750. He raised like in minutes. He raised like $4,500.
That is great.
What?
Yeah. So
I love this.
People are the best.
So,
No
like,
doubt.
yeah.
man.
he gets off the plane, like the story started to spread, right? So he gets off the plane. There's a local brewery there with cases of beer on a pallet
Yeah.
for him. Like people were just hooking,
What?
people hooked this bachelor party up the entire time.
So the
And-
best thing they ever did was leave out like the dot.
Yeah.
yeah. So and the original dude, ended up going. He had a custom shirt made that was like, "I'm such and such." Like
Right,
I'm the real such
Yeah.
and such.
Yeah.
Verified Twitter account.
Yeah.
I mean, how awesome is that?
That's
Like,
pretty cool.
That
That's
is sweet.
That dude's a cool guy because one, we all like to think we would do that, but to do that takes a fucking another level.
You know who
Like,
else is really cool? His dude's wife.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
has to be.
yeah.
To be
I'm
like,
going to the other side of the country to party with dudes I've never met.
Good luck with the kid while I'm gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're still lactating, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys will be fine.
Right.
I can't help with that.
Literally.
That's awesome.
That's
that is-
awesome.
yeah.
Was
Look-
there any like follow up story? Did they ever say
They
like,
just
how
said
it-
they had a blast. It was a ski trip, and they
There's some
like
cool
it was
pictures.
Yeah, it was like they all had to dress 80s style, so they're all wearing these ridiculous ski bibs with like
Yes.
rainbows and crazy colors on
So
them.
this
and,
is a
like,
good bachelor party.
Yeah.
These dudes are on Shinestee getting all the sweet
Yeah,
gear.
they had a big time. Google that shit and read up on it. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I was going to show you a picture really quick of the guy's ski gear because it's awesome.
I mean, every once in a while you'll like meet up with
Dude
a
looks
random
like a Care
crew
Bear
party
crossed
with
with a
them.
unicorn or something.
But to
Yeah,
have the
for
balls
sure.
to Shut up. Oh, that is a Scheinstein.
Yeah.
That's from Scheinstein. So the people who make the Dong Sarong,
Yeah.
they make that ski outfit.
Really?
Yes.
That is great.
Because I saw the Scheinstein catalog, and that's in there.
Yeah. Well, that's where you would go for all that gear.
Apparently.
But how cool is that? That's a great story. Like
is.
that's an epic all-time story.
That really is. I
would've
wonder if
been-
that dude goes to the wedding
only
now.
thing that would have
Yes.
been better.
He's got to.
Has
He's got to
to.
go to the wedding.
Guaranteed he's in
he
the
got
wedding.
he got an invite.
Yeah, he might be in the wedding.
Right.
No shit. This is Angelo Dot
Yeah.
Suarez, and this is
Yeah.
Angelo Suarez.
That is awesome.
The only thing that would have made it better is if they never pieced it together.
That would
And
be
he
great.
just showed up.
Yeah.
And be like,
Yeah.
what's up?
Yeah.
They're like, who the fuck are you, dude?
Because I've had that where like I get put on a text message chain
Yeah.
where like I don't belong, and I clearly
the
like
person
none of
to
these
send it
numbers
knows
showed up.
Only you, and there's like a bunch more.
No, I've had text message chains where I've actually been sent a text message chain where I don't have a single number saved in my phone.
Oh, wow. Way off.
Yeah,
pretty
like
bad.
Not
Like-
friend of a friend.
But the
Right.
most I've ever been able to do is like the quick like one-off comment into it, and then I did get the
And ask for dick
wait,
pics.
who is this?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm out, and like I never got to go to the party.
Yeah,
got
because your
cut out.
number's not coming up either.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
who the hell is
You're
this
not
guy?
Mike.
Right.
Yeah, like, well,
But
kind
you're
of.
somebody to someone, or else you wouldn't have been on it.
Unless they're just putting in a number.
Yeah,
Or no,
but-
I think it was my old. It must have been like an old phone number
Yeah,
of
so
somebody
someone
else.
thinks you're somebody.
That's true. So I probably did come up in the phone.
Yeah.
They're like, Brian's been dead for 7 years. Like, how the hell? That's not him.
Crazy.
Like, what the
Gotcha,
hell?
bitches.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're gonna fake your death, you should switch your phone number, bro.
That's what Tupac did.
Yeah.
Never been found.
I mean, that's epic. I would
That
love
is
that.
pretty cool.
I would love to have been a part of that. That would have been amazing.
We got that buddy, the plumber. The plumber has been involved in bachelor parties that aren't like that. He doesn't know anyone.
Yeah.
Troy, if you're grabbing beers, yeah, you were way ahead of me. Thank you, buddy. That Troy is pretty good.
On the ball.
I'll give him that. I'll give him
Yeah,
that.
the plumber's been part of bachelor parties he's been invited to that he doesn't remember to be at.
That's a fact. But I have seen him. Like come back with like a whole bachelor party. I'm like, so why'd you just bring 6 dudes? Like what?
I thought it was that kind of party.
And he's like, what are you talking about? I met all these dudes. They're fantastic. Like,
Yeah.
I'm partying with
I
them.
feel like he did that at your bachelor party.
No, my bachelor
You
party.
brought that couple.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what we need,
They
more
were
dudes at a
fantastic.
bachelor party.
Exactly. We were running low, so I met some.
There's only 15 of us in this one-bedroom place.
Yeah.
Thank God you brought more.
Had a few spaces left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The greatest story coming out of my bachelor party does involve the plumber, and we'll just leave him as the plumber. I remember he had been partying. We went to the Hooters Casino in Las Vegas for my bachelor
I
party.
loved that party.
It was a good time.
We had a friend that peed at the table.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right at the poker table.
Just
All
just
over the place.
just beat.
I've had friends do that here in Richmond. You don't need to go to Vegas to do
That's
that shit.
right. You could have saved yourself a ton of
There's
money.
only certain casinos you can pull that stuff off, and I got Hooters Casino is
So the
Did he just
Hooters-
pee on the floor? Or did he pee in a cup?
No, like just all over himself. Just
Nice.
didn't
No, he
move.
just
Oh,
decided
didn't take
to
his
pee.
dick out.
Yeah,
No.
he was.
Oh, wow.
He
Because
was.
I've seen guys like sit at a table and take their dick out and pee in a fucking pint glass and sit it up.
No, he
I've
was
also
just
seen
trash.
guys lean against the bar, order a beer, and they just pee against the side of the
Yeah,
bar.
yeah.
No, he was just trash and just peed.
The cool thing
Oh,
about
wow.
the Hooters casino was all of the dealers were in Hooters gear.
That is cool.
Yeah.
It was fantastic, but it was.
And they were probably proper Hooters chicks, not like you see it.
Sea hags. Hooters.
Well, no, like
sea
you go
hags.
to a Hooters now, and like they're just random girls. Like they're not busty. They're not half
I
of them
think
aren't
they
even
were random
attractive,
girls that they went to an online dealing course.
but they were good looking. That's
Yeah,
what I'm getting
I mean,
at.
they were, yeah. They were decent, if I recall correctly.
I can't remember what it was, but there was an old. It was an old
But the Hooters
casino.
is gone now, right?
Is it?
I thought last time I was there it was, but I could be crazy.
It was an old casino that had been known back in the day, and like it got bought.
All the old casinos are gone.
Yeah, and Hooters bought it, and it was still this old casino. So you had this casino, and then you had a strip of what were more like suites that was not connected to the casino, and so if you walked out to the pool area, then you could go around the backside of the pool, and there was a strip of like 15 rooms that were these little like suites that just were like an apartment complex.
Yeah.
And that's where I stayed because I was the bachelor, so they set me up in like
Nice.
the better room, you know? And it had a little porch that went out to like Vegas. And you would open it up, but since it's Vegas, from top to bottom, from the railing all the way up were bars.
Yeah.
To the level above. So there was no way to get into the deck or porch.
You're like
to
a
get
caged animal.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're in a zoo.
And then in order to get into where those buildings are, you have to have a key to get in just to the
Yeah.
hallway because, again, it's like an apartment complex. So you have to be able to get in there. So our boy, the plumber,
Sounds
had been,
fire safe. You just burned
Well,
it
it's okay
death
to
inside
get
that
out.
thing.
He got kicked out of his own hotel room.
Yeah, he got kicked out because he got in a fight somehow with somebody. He was too drunk and refused
Well,
to
first
leave.
I remember they found him sleeping at the foot of your door in the hallway.
Yeah, but that was after he'd been kicked out.
No, that was. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that was after he'd been. So
Hard to keep the timeline
It
straight.
is.
he was kicked out playing craps. He was being too drunk, too belligerent. They cut him off.
Kicked out with knowing that he's staying there. Like,
Well, at
hey,
first
I have
they-
a room.
They
And they're like,
escorted him to the room
cool.
first. They
Get
said
him
Still got to leave.
Yeah.
they said you have to go back to your room, and he was like, "I'm not going back to my room." Caused a big ruckus.
I'm the plumber.
Yeah. Finally, they convinced him to go back to his room. So, like, 2 security guards walked him to the room, and the whole way there, he was just ragging this one guy. He was like, "You look like Lieutenant Dangle,"
Oh, my God.
and he just wouldn't stop, like needling this guy.
In which, if you know the plumber,
And you know
he never goes to sleep.
Oh, no.
You can't stop him in
No.
the middle of what he's doing and put him in
He's
bed.
a juggernaut.
Yes.
Like, he gets moving. Like,
Yeah.
you're not fucking stopping. I can see his ass, like, trying to juke and jive, too. Like,
Right.
this guy. So,
Yeah.
like, you're not going. Like, you're still right here, dude.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
He said it got so bad
Yeah.
that they took him up to the eye in the sky. He said he could see every corner on every screen of the entire casino. He's like, I could see you guys, but I was just stuck up here. And he kept going, "Come on, don't tell me this guy doesn't look like Lieutenant Dangle," to like the other people. And he said he got a couple of them to start laughing at
Yeah,
the
he
guy,
did.
and that really pissed the
If
dude
you don't
off.
know who Lieutenant Dangle is, do yourself a favor and Google that shit right
Yeah,
now.
it's Reno 911, Lieutenant Dangle. And at this point, they finally said, "You're kicked out." And he's like, "No, I already paid for this room." They're like, "You've taken it too far. You're removed."
Yeah.
So they kicked him out. Then, yes, he was found like outside my door somehow and then got kicked out again. He disappeared for
That
about
doesn't sound like the plumber I know.
Like, imagine walking home to your hotel room and you see a dude sleeping at the fetal position in the hallway.
and it's
at
the
the
dude
base
you
of the
kicked
door.
out. Still
Yeah.
wearing a damn orange hat, like obvious to the world. And
Is that when he had the cheeseburger hat?
it was
Or that a
earlier in that trip, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they had removed him finally, and we had lost this dude for 24 hours.
Yeah, because that's his finishing move right
He
there.
does walkabouts.
Like he'll just get up and leave in the morning. You won't see him all day long.
Yeah.
He had
He'll show
no
up-
phone.
And usually you would worry about that guy, but not him.
No.
Like that's just what he does.
Right.
That's what he do.
He'll show up kirked out at 3 a.m. with friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he'd been kicked out. He tried to come back in the hotel, been removed again. Now he's been gone for about 24 hours with no.
I can see him trying to come back in, thinking he's all like fucking incognito and sly and just wasted. And like
Oh.
they saw him coming a mile away. Like here he is.
Well, and that's so I walk in. It's been 24 hours, no contact with this kid at all. We don't know where he is.
This is probably before like everyone had cell phones. It was before
They had
texting.
cell phones, but he did not have his.
Yeah.
because he had lost it somehow, and so a buddy had given him his cell phone, like on the way out.
That's a bad move.
Yeah, that one didn't come back. So the dude's gone for like 24 hours. We can't find him anywhere. It's 5 a.m, and I'm like, guys, I'm tapped out. I need to get a few hours of sleep. I go back to my room. I walk through the first security gate area, get in, go back, use the one key to my room, open it up, swing open the fucking door. This dude is standing dead center of my room with a joint in his hand. And
He's
just
in your room.
He's in my room. There's no way to get in my room.
Yeah.
You can't from the outside. You can't from the inside. There's multiple
Fucking
security
Houdini'd
stages.
your ass.
And he's just standing there, and he's like,
David Blaine your shit.
he goes, "Hey, man, I was just in the neighborhood, and I'm like, what are you talking about? He was like, so I'm just gonna finish this. I was like, okay, and then he's like, all right, man, well, I gotta go. I'm not welcome here, and he disappears again. Another 12 hours.
Wow.
Then he comes back with some.
Best thing he should have done is pass out in your
And then
room.
he was scaling the fence outside.
That's what.
Yeah, there's
how-
something,
yeah.
but he like knew which room
Spider-Man,
from
that
the
motherfucker?
outside
Yeah.
through the bars,
Yeah, 'cause
which
they all
room
look
to
the
get
same.
into. He did his little break, and then he's like, "All right, man, well, I got to go," and he disappeared again. Like he didn't sleep on the floor, didn't crash. I was like, "You're already in the hotel. Like
Yeah.
you've made it.
Call it.
Go to bed.
Yeah.
We'll wake up in the morning, change your hat."
Yeah.
Nope. Staggers back out. The next day, he shows up with some couple, and the guy's like, "You see her tits?" Like the girl's like showing her tits. I'm like, "What is happening?" It was
Only
amazing.
the plumber, dude.
He still to this day says he has a bench warrant in Vegas.
That dude's staying power is unbelievable,
Yeah,
dude.
for sure.
I mean,
Well,
I see
part
him-
of it's because he's so harmless. Like if you
Yeah,
met
yeah.
him and knew
Yeah.
him, you wouldn't help but love the guy because
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
not going to
yeah,
say
yeah.
a cross word to you. He
Never,
might make fun of
ever.
you, but he's not going to say anything truly
no,
mean.
No.
It was
Yeah,
very
he's not
interesting.
aggressive.
In any way.
No.
And you meet him, like what he loves to do is go to a bar
Make friends.
and make friends with randoms. And he just starts talking to people.
And everybody knows someone like that who'd rather be at a bar by
Yeah.
himself making friends than with the friends he came with.
But it's so weird. Like, that's a weird trait to have when you go for an event with 15 people. Like, it's just, that's. I'm not against
Yeah.
going out and meeting other people if that's what the hand I'm dealt. Like, okay, for whatever reason, you're separated, you're not with the crew you're with. Like, okay, then I'm more than content to talk to somebody. But from what I've heard of this guy at all these bachelor parties is like, you go on a ski trip or you go on whatever, his MO is to go to the bar and meet randos.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he brings back some randos. Sometimes it's an 80-year-old woman. Sometimes it's like two dudes that you're like, they can't come in here. Sometimes it's a couple that just wants to swing, and he's like, oh, I can't fuck. I've been drunk for days. But you might be able to fuck one of my friends. Like, brings it back. Like,
I got some other options for you.
yeah, like you never know what you're going to get with this guy. And then every once in a while, you'll walk into a bar, and someone will be like, hey, are you talking about the plumber? You're like, why?
Yeah.
Was he here?
That's
Yeah.
happened before.
Many
and they're
times.
like, wait, you guys know the plumber? We're like, how the fuck do you know the plumber?
They're like, well, he was here a few hours
He's
ago.
with
bought
us.
Bought us all
Yes.
drinks.
I
And
haven't
then
seen
left.
any of you guys.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. The dude is a special treat. We got to get the plumber on the air. The plumber was seen once on the air. If you go back to
That was a ride home from
last year's ghetto ski trip, I got him to at least tell his side of the story while I was driving him home while he crushed another 8 beers on the way home to go take care of his kids. Which the funny thing is, he's a damn good dad.
Oh, yeah.
And hard worker.
He treats his dad like they're strange. He treats his kids like they're strangers. He loves them so much.
Yeah.
What's your name again?
What are you doing in my house?
Yeah, exactly. We are at an hour 23. Should we just?
Unless you got something else you want to
Nah, I'm
speak
good,
on.
man.
I got 100 things on the board, but last thing I want to say is I think the Patriots are going to win that Super Bowl.
We will
Most
see.
likely.
I mean, I just think this
I
is
mean, you
it.
said that you haven't lost in over 10 years, so now you've laid
Yes.
it out there.
Calling my shot again.
All right. I mean,
They've been called out for 4 years.
I'm pretty sure that always picking the Patriots is
That's not what I've been doing, though. I've been picking against them.
that's what you say. I don't know.
I've picked them when they've won. I've picked when they've lost. It's just like this year's flu shot.
It is one thing to think of. It's
Did you pick them last year to lose? You're saying you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
like the Rams could be a much better team, but just like they're not ready for the Patriots Super Bowl clout. Like that's some thing that they're not ready for, I don't think.
Yeah, in the back of their head, they're worried about that.
Yeah, they have to be.
Yeah.
I would be.
They know how to. They've been there. They know how to behave.
You give Belichick 2 weeks, his defense isn't going to look like it did 2 weeks ago.
9 of 18
Yeah.
years. 50% of the years they've been in the Super Bowl. That is staggering.
Like how many? What are the odds? There's a much better chance that Goff's nervous more than there is that Brady's nervous.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Ely, you're doing like you're not eating a lot right now. I mean, you're eating, but you're
Well, I'm
not
eating
eating.
plenty.
But you're doing like keto.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
what's up?
Mhm.
So, what is going to be your go-to Super Bowl dish, or are you going to?
I'd avoid this.
Are you going to fall off the wagon on that day?
No, I'm not falling off the wagon.
So what is going to be your go-to Super Bowl dish? Because the Super Bowl
It's funny
to me
you
is
mentioned that too, because
about
people, And I was talking to the people whose house I'm going to, and I said that for the past 2 years, I have fallen off of my diet going to their house because of that. It's
Yeah,
so
honestly-
It's
difficult.
all the most delicious.
It
like,
is.
I keep weighing
Finger
myself,
foods.
and I'm
Chips
going
and
up,
dips
up,
and
up,
shit.
and I keep
That's it.
telling myself after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
Chips.
that's my
and,
New
like,
Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Sausage
diets.
dips. And
Oh,
buffalo
yeah.
chicken dips are like my weakness. I
Yeah.
can't. So, but no, I'm not. So I'm gonna some sort of chicken wings, some kind of meat on a stick, or maybe some bacon wrapped jalapenos.
just spooning.
Ooh.
You just spoon the cheesy dip.
No, I'll leave it alone. I can't just spoon it. That's like next level.
Actually, you look like a fatter fuck if you're spooning dip into your
For
mouth
sure.
than if you're putting it on a giant Frito.
Yeah,
You
yeah. Or
know?
if like maybe a piece of cucumber or carrot or something.
That's
maybe.
acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not fucking Super Bowl food.
Oh, I agree.
No, it's not Super
That's
Bowl food, but I'm
insulting.
saying that's an acceptable way to eat dip if you're trying to
Oh,
avoid
yeah,
chicken.
yeah.
At least, but a spoon.
I thought you meant just eating carrots
Yeah.
and cucumbers. Yeah.
Oh, no,
this
no.
queso's great. Give me a straw. Like that's a
That's
bad
the
look.
worst. So,
I was out with that Joe Rogan the other night,
yeah.
and that dude honestly was like, "Hey, you gonna finish that queso?" And he spooned all the queso out of
Wow.
it.
That's next
I was
level.
like, "What are you doing?
Oh,
Like, this isn't a
God.
good look, dude."
No.
How is that? That is weird. That like spooning it out's weirder than taking a chip and
It's like
spooning it out.
mayonnaise, too. There's people that do that shit. Spoon
Yeah.
mayonnaise. That's
God.
fucking next level.
No.
Ugh.
Mayonnaise is only a product in my world just for turkey sandwiches. Like that's
Really?
to me, mayonnaise helps take some of the dryness out of turkey sandwiches. That's
That's what it's for. It adds the
Yeah.
juice back in. That's
Yeah.
how I look at mayonnaise, and I love mayonnaise.
Me
Yeah, like,
too.
I don't skimp on it.
I don't.
There's no sandwiches that I get without mayonnaise, aside from peanut butter, obviously.
Peanut butter mayonnaise sandwich. That sounds good.
Aside from,
Well, we could try it.
no.
See-
Troy, what's going to be your go-to Super Bowl eats?
Oh man, my neighbors and my wife just make all kinds of awful food. Just pizza rolls and all
Oh,
the
Pizza roll sounds so good.
the meat and cheese dip and the buffalo chicken dip. Like, I mean,
It's so
just-
funny too. Since I've been doing this, like, the wife's like, "You're just trying to live through me," because I'll do that. I'm like, "You're mentioning this shit," and I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
You eat, tear that up, man."
That's right.
Like, she'll get
just wanna
something,
watch
I'm
her
like,
eat it?
I'm like, "That's just delicious."
You're
Ain't
getting
it,
a
hon?"
chubby.
Yeah.
Like, eat it.
She's explaining some ice cream to me. I was like, "So the Oreos are like crushed like sand?" She's like, "Yeah, it's like sand," and I'm like, "That's kind of awesome." Yeah,
Troy, I think you mentioned my go-to a moment ago, the buffalo chicken dip.
dude.
Dude, I had never had buffalo chicken dip till a few years ago, and I was blown away.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that existed. That's an amazing treat.
yeah. There's a technique to that too. If you can make it, like if you can shred the chicken, that
Yeah.
shit's where it's at.
That's how I've always had it, shredded.
Really?
How do people do it otherwise?
It like gets really almost diced sometimes.
Yeah, cubed.
And that doesn't sound right.
No.
I want
Where
shred.
it's almost like just a dip with cheese.
No, I want to see the chicken hanging off of my
yeah.
chin. That's my favorite part of Super Bowl. Is
I
eating.
love those lime chips.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I hate lime chips.
Those are my favorite.
Cannot stand them. They ruin whatever I'm dipping. But I also don't like lime. Like people get
That'll do it.
calamari. Like I'll order calamari and people like douse it with lime, and I'm like, you just fucked up the calamari for everybody.
Yeah.
So, but
You mean
most
just
people,
you?
everybody,
Most everybody likes lime.
the royal we.
Yeah.
The important we.
Yes, exactly.
I got it.
Yes, yeah.
No, I will not be following any diet. I will be just
Mauling
crushing food.
everything?
Yeah.
yeah. Super Bowl day, I refuse to diet. I just
You might have talked me into it.
I'm
You
not
do
trying
get a
to
cheat
be.
day, right?
No.
Not
I
with
don't.
keto. Yeah, you don't.
I actually haven't had one. I basically haven't had one since the beginning of the year. Last night, however,
Uh
the train derailed like a motherfucker.
What happened?
Just was all this pent up shit, and I was like,
When
we
you
should
go
do Chipotle tonight. And I'm not just doing veggies and meat.
And you put rice in there and everything.
Sour cream, guac, the whole nine. And
Good
then
for
I
you.
polished it off with some fucking peanut butter cups and some ice cream.
Oh shit! When you're off, you're
Oh,
off.
that's how I live.
Yeah.
If
all
I
or
fall
all or
off-
nothing.
oh,
Yeah.
If I fall off the train for a meal, the whole fucking day's done.
Yep.
Because I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
I'm the same way.
This day's ruined Let me pile in as much bullshit as I can. until I
I'm
get
out
back
of
to it tomorrow.
ketosis.
Yeah.
Time to go.
That's why I haven't started my diet because I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm not
gotta
gonna
start Monday.
I'm not ready yet.
Gotta start
Like,
Monday. I used to do it all the time.
Dude, I get so pissed off too going to Chipotle and Qdoba where like you get no break for not getting the wrap. I'm like,
Yeah.
I want the wrap. If you give me a 30% off or 50% off,
Isn't
I'd be
that the
more
truth?
likely
Then
to
put the wrap in the bag because
Yeah.
I'm taking it home.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
going to charge me for it.
Yeah, I
Taking
feel
it-
like I'm getting gypped.
Oftentimes they'll upcharge you. You ever seen that?
Oh, for the
Like,
bowl?
I've seen that before where they're like, "Oh, and for $1 extra, we'll make it a lettuce wrap," and I'm like, "Fuck you!
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
took the bun away and put a little more lettuce on it. Like, how did I get upcharged?"
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff's the worst.
Yeah,
That should be against the law.
It's called the Red Robin Law. Do they upcharge you there?
I never go to Red Robin.
Their tower of onion rings is fucking amazing.
It is so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
They do get you with that bottomless fries when they bring out
Yeah,
four
they
of
got
them.
those big old fries with the
You know what I
Old Bay shit on it.
Yeah,
or
but they
whatever.
bring them out like 4 at a time.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, you're gonna need to keep that
Right.
coming, brother.
Last night, the wife was like, "Where do you want to eat?" And I was like, "I'm not going anywhere that I can't wear sweats to."
Right.
Like it was Sunday. I was
went to
wearing
Cookout?
sweats. No, so I went to Olive Garden because in my mind, Olive Garden is a sweatpants appropriate
Wow.
restaurant, and that's what I realized when I got in there. And they have like all like the nice wine stuff on the
It
wall.
is
And they're
not-
trying to make it all
Yeah.
bougie.
It is
I'm
not.
like, don't lie to me, Olive
Right.
Garden. I wore sweats here on purpose.
But the thing is, there's some cats that are like 3-piece suited for going up in there.
Dude,
there's all
Yeah.
kinds. It is the entire cross section of humanity.
For
when you go into
sure.
Olive
when I
Garden.
was a kid, we only went to Olive Garden for my great grandfather's birthday once a year, and I wore a tie every year. I fucking went
yeah,
to
see,
that motherfucker.
there it is. You're
Like,
the
that's
tie.
Olive Garden was
The one.
top. Like, I can't think back before college where I went to a place. Well, maybe my high school prom, I went to a nicer place, but I cannot think of a place in my childhood that was nicer than
Than the
Olive
Olive
Garden.
Garden.
As
Yeah.
a kid, now my kids go on a fucking random Tuesday.
Right.
You know, like it's not even a big deal.
Yeah.
To me, it's a sweatpants.
It hasn't
restaurant.
changed though, right? Like
No.
nothing's changed there.
No, I
What do
still
you get?
got like a tour of Italy 'cause
Yeah.
I'm a grown up.
I don't know. They did invent the bottomless pasta bowl, and you can switch it all up. That's kind of pretty cool.
The tour of Italy's plenty of pasta. I walked out of there feeling
Never-ending pasta bowl. That's what it's called.
yes, and the never-ending pasta bowl is great, but there's no meat in it.
Yeah, you can get meat.
Oh well, then that would change things for me. But either way, the tour
Those
of Italy.
breadsticks
Tour
are
of
next
Italy
level.
is good. The breadsticks are pretty money.
The problem with the breadsticks is like you'll get if you don't watch yourself, you'll be 3-4 deep before the food gets
all
there, and then
day.
you're not
Oh,
even
that's
hungry.
what happened
Yeah.
to me. I wasn't hungry when it got there.
Yeah.
So they get you.
And I was like, well, I'm going to still eat this whole tour of Italy. I didn't come here for nothing in
Yeah.
these sweatpants. And I definitely put it on it. It was good. But
One to
believe
remember.
I can't
I
believe
just-
you went to a sit-down restaurant with sweatpants.
I never realized where I had put Olive Garden in the hierarchy of restaurants.
You didn't.
Until last night when my wife said, where are you going to go?
It's on the level of a Burger King to you, obviously.
Yeah, I go. She goes, where are you going to go? I go, well, I'm not changing out of my sweatpants. I go, what do you want, Sheets? She's like, I'm not going to Sheets. I was like, then Olive Garden?
So you got it to. Oh, you sat there and ate.
I sat there.
I
and
love
ate.
that a Sheets and an Olive
Yeah,
Garden does the
in
same
my
thing.
mind.
Yeah.
I can get gas and a six-pack.
Or we're going to Olive Garden.
No, you can't do that at Olive Garden? I'm confused.
See, Sunday evening, I'm big on being at home.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I wasn't coming out of my sweats. I was pissed. I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
I'm watching TV. I'm in my sweats. I'm done.
I've been like, bring me some shit home when y'all go to Olive Garden.
yeah.
Well, and then she goes, well, we could DoorDash it or Grubhub it. And I
Yeah.
go, are they going to bring me bottomless breadsticks? I was like, kids, load them up.
Yeah.
We're going to Olive Garden in my sweats.
I have not DoorDashed or Grubhub anything ever.
Me either.
And I can't it's still something I can't wrap my head around.
It's
like
awesome.
I know we've done it here for man room food, which I think is kind of genius for that. But for me, like where we live, where Brent and I live, we're 5 minutes from everywhere. Like I'll go pick that shit up before I fucking Grubhub that shit.
Yeah, and I was sober, so it's not like I couldn't
Yeah.
have gone somewhere. I wasn't drinking or doing anything. I was fine. But I wanted those breadsticks.
like
the
we had-
Matrix is on, and I'm in my undies.
That's right.
Pretty appealing.
I wasn't changing.
We had friends over Saturday night, and we ordered Shane's Rib Shack, and I was like, I'll just go pick it up. Like
Here's a pro tip for DoorDash. Don't order
Shane's is
Mexican
good, too.
food.
Exchange is so good.
Don't order Mexican food
Why?
because tacos don't hold up once
Yeah.
you put shit in them. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean? You have 3 minutes
That's why you get soft tacos.
to eat that taco.
And
That's
why,
right.
Well, and that's
But-
why they throw it. That's why they bring it out immediately at the restaurant.
But even like queso congeals by the time it gets to you.
Yeah.
Like I ordered a
Queso
bunch of
microwaves
Mexican.
as well.
Ah, damn it! Wish you'd been here. I ordered
I'm
up
not
a
a wizard.
bunch.
There's a
I,
fucking machine, right?
You have a microwave? High roller?
I don't know.
Has anybody seen the new microwaves that are like 5-6 inches tall?
no, why would I
It's
want
like
that?
it's like the new thing that's coming.
Really?
Just be on the lookout.
Oh yeah, because you don't put a lot of tall shit
Right.
in microwaves.
Every now and then you'll put a big ass Tupperware. Or
Every
something in
now
there.
and then.
I mean, pretty my house pretty regularly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying. I mean, do you ever need more space than that? Not really.
I see what he's saying.
I mean, maybe not.
They're super thin.
Like
and
half
like,
a foot tall is probably plenty of room
Yeah,
for
for
most
most
things
things.
you'd put
sure,
in
you
a
can make it
microwave.
work. I mean, you
Maybe
just
not
gotta-
my day after Thanksgiving microwave. 'Cause that shit's
Well, if
pretty
you're gonna
amazing.
microwave a turkey, which cannot be done,
a plate
for
of
the
turkey.
record.
Yeah,
That's
a
interesting.
mound of turkey.
Most everything in a microwave is in a plate.
Yeah. Cup of
Learn.
coffee maybe that you didn't finish.
But a cup
Or
of
a bowl.
coffee,
You
just
can-
make sure it fits a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
But even a bowl, a standard bowl, will
Will
fit
fit.
in there.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
I microwave bowls of soup and.
I don't know why I've
shit.
never seen this. So now they're just making them sleek.
We went and we're looking at it, not for us, but with some friends to look at a house, and they just remodeled the
Still
kitchen
above the stove.
above, but instead of it was just like that big. It was cool looking, like some fucking RoboCop shit.
That's what it should be, though, because microwaves are futuristic. I don't care how long they've been out. That is some futuristic stuff.
Yeah.
There is a conspiracy theory
Uh-oh.
that
I believe it.
Eddie
That-
Bravo.
that microwave technology was discovered at Area 51 when that thing crashed
Yeah.
and they got in there and they started messing with whatever it was. That they discovered microwave technology in there and were able to, reverse
Reverse
I don't think
engineer
that's
it.
true.
I'm just saying that's a theory.
As opposed to scientists figuring it out another way. Yeah, I believe the Area 51. Definitely.
I mean,
'Cause what I'm saying
microwaves-
is I think they knew what happened when you put infrared or beamed and excited the particles. I think they knew that way before then.
Maybe this is the next step they needed. I don't know. It's just a theory I had heard.
Fucking aliens had microwaves.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
They got their food was warm as
Yeah.
This
hell
ramen
yeah.
noodles is amazing.
exactly.
What is this?
Right. They came from the other end of the galaxy with fucking
You
hot-
boil your water on a stove.
Yeah. There was a cup of
Real
noodles.
cute,
and they're like,
Earthlings.
3 minutes in this puppy,
Yeah.
and you're done.
We can finally pay that debt to Marshawn. Tell him about the cup of noodles.
Exactly. Yeah. We can't, speed of light's horse shit. We got a fucking Maytag out of it.
Yeah. All the other cool tech we might have gotten.
Exactly.
Mr. Kenmore was the first on the
Yeah.
scene.
Right.
This is mine.
Dibs.
Sir, we've learned a lot from their spacecraft.
Forget all that.
Yeah.
Forget all that.
Exactly. The coolest thing.
I can heat this cup of water up
Yeah.
in like no time.
Right. Steve had pizzas from last night.
Yeah.
They're fucking amazing.
The more
They're
I
hot
think-
again. Like almost immediately. It's weird.
This is
Yeah.
definitely one of those stories that was told to me when I was a child, and I'm just spinning it back
Yeah,
into the
you are.
microphone. Like, hey, you guys know the facts?
Right.
I
But
got
yet,
the facts.
I'm the idiot for seeing something on the internet and not
Right.
picking up on it. But yeah, we'll go with you.
I'm not saying I'm right.
Exactly.
I don't think anyone is.
And according to most people, nothing even landed in Area 51.
Exactly.
Roswell, New Mexico, the birthplace of the microwave.
You heard it here.
Yep. Now you know.
Now you know. Tell all your friends. I heard on a podcast
Yeah.
from a guy who was told as a child.
Exactly.
I really was
He's
told
kind
as
of
a child.
scientific.
Yeah.
Young Jimmy told me that story when we were like
Oh,
13
young
years
Jimmy
old.
did.
And I'm parroting it back. Like, well, you guys don't know shit about shit.
There's a conspiracy theory. No.
If
There's
young Jimmy
a
said
teenage
it, I'm
retard
back in.
story.
Well, you guys just keep rolling through life with your eyes closed.
Yeah. That's right.
Suckers.
Right. Round earth weirdos.
Ew, don't give me that round earth shit. You sound stupid.
Just
Yeah.
saying.
Ignorant. That's it.
Yeah.
We're
All right, guys, we're out. That's official. We'll be talking to you next week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, we definitely do appreciate you Sorry, got you there, really. Appreciate you tuning into the show.
Something funny did happen. Jacob hit me with that.
Appreciate?
No, corrected me, and I was like, this little kid's got doing it already.
What? What'd you say wrong?
I
Good.
don't remember. Yeah, I knew you would love
Good.
it. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I need someone in your home pointing out when you sound like a dummy.
Yeah. But it was something he wasn't right about. So
Oh.
it was just,
God damn
it was
it.
funny that it was like he's
Dad.
got an ear for it.
Yeah.
You're doing it wrong.
You're doing
It's
it wrong. Dad.
surprise, Dad.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
it's surprise.
Exactly.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you haven't had a chance to send us any topics, please do so at insidethepallethouse@gmail.com or hit us up on the Facebook page, or you can always find us on Instagram and Twitter at ITPH Podcast. We would love to hear from you. Also, give us the 5-star review or pull the old Cincinnati swap on your friends. Sign them up for the show. We can always use more listeners. I like more than less. Be good.
Yeah.
It wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Let's get us trending in the right direction.
Remember
Hey,
the crocodile eats the bigger number.
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
Hey, and I'm talking to you with the 2 phones. Fucking subscribe on your other phone.
Yeah.
You're killing me,
Don't
Smalls.
be an asshole.
And don't forget to listen to it, too. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be talking to you after the Patriots win. Cheers.
Cheers. That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?